was like, let me press live, because if I don't do it, I'm going to take another 10 minutes, y'all. Right before I did that, it seemed like I just called 444. I just called 444 and then boom, it was 446. I'm like, really? So, all right, I was looking for certain decks, and I have them. Let me go ahead and share the live. Okay. My girl said, I am up on here. Yes. Okay, y'all. Let me get my other dowser rods. Okay. And we are back. I have my glass of water. Okay, I have my glass of water. I have some oils, some simple oils, not anything that I have crafted. These are simple oils. All right. I'm missing one oil. Let me go and grab it real quick. I'll be right back. Let me go and grab it. Very simple oil. Okay. Boop. That EVOO, okay? All right. And I have some water to drink because you always... I got to get caught up too, okay? I missed the end of the last slide. I had a meeting. Today was very eventful. You found it? Okay, cool. Okay, I have my iPad because I have notes. What's your question, Lori? We can answer it on here before we get started. What's your question? When y'all come in, please like the video. Okay, please like the video if you don't mind. I promise you I'll stay on for 5 hours. Y'all ain't gonna miss nothing. You come back and take notes. Look, come back and take notes, and then y'all know y'all can always contact me. Okay, for the folks that need to get in contact with me. Not y'all, but y'all know how to get in contact with me. But if you have questions, if I'm ever doing a live, you have questions, I will reply to your question either live, or if you have, you know, questions after you caught up or whatnot. The Jupiter Occult telephone number is 346-702-4044. Okay, there go that 44 again. Okay, we've been catching 444 all day. So 346-702-4044. Okay, that is Jupiter's Occult, and I'm actually going to take this one off. I'm going to take this one off because I'm going to use this one. I'm also going to use another stone as well too. So this is shungite, and this is a cellunite. This is cellunite. This is shungite. Okay. Let me see. Where is my pendulum? Where's my pendulum? Is it on my little altar up there? It's not where all my stones are. Where is my pendulum? St. Anthony, what is... Not in front of me. What is it? Where is it? Okay. My pendulum always runs away from me because I do not use it, okay? I don't use a pendulum. And so it runs where it's safe. Look where it's safe at, okay? as opposed to getting knocked somewhere else. The stones that I have around me that y'all cannot see, that I have on my desk, that I have around my house, stones that I have around my house is, hello, hi. I have a amethyst stone. I have a pink rose quartz. I have a desert rose that I use in meditation. Okay. It's called a desert rose. It's really good for meditation. So if you have problems meditating, this is a suggested stone for you guys. Okay. I have a small, y'all, I think this is a Yanni egg. Okay. I think this is supposed to go in, I think it's supposed to go in the Yanni, but I ain't do it like that. Okay. I ain't do it like that. Y'all don't be like, y'all, she been over there. I play too much. Okay. Y'all don't forget to like the video. Okay. We got all the jokes in the world today. So, I think this is a Yanni egg, okay? I think it came in a set with a green jade, a black. I got it off of Amazon. So, it's a pink rose quartz, it's a green jade, and it's a black stone. Maybe it's a obsidian, okay? But I be using it on my desk, okay? I have my girls. I have a picture of me and my homegirls, and I keep a little pink rose quartz by us, okay? Just healing that divine feminine energy in our little thing. I got my girls pictures up. I have a red jasper for the root chakra. Okay. Have a red jasper. I love this right here, okay? For the root chakra. I have some other stones too that I keep by my dowser rods. Okay. But what I did grab was a moonstone. Okay. So I grabbed the moonstone because I'll get into why I grabbed these stones. And then I grabbed the angel light. Okay. I grabbed the angel light. And then this is a gold tourmaline, a gold and black tourmaline that actually stays with my dowser rods. So I have 2 pairs of dowser rods, right? I have 2 pairs of dowser rods. And, oh, okay. Oh, well, you know what? Before I get into explaining all of this, did you answer my question yet? I couldn't hear. Okay, yeah, let me see. I wanted to know, okay, yeah, let's go back to that. Let me not move too fast, okay? Thanks so much, Lori, for slowing me down. I wanted to know, could you explain how past life regression is when you're doing it for others? Okay. Let me clear this energy. Cleanse the space. Let's get into cleansing this space real quick. And then I'm gonna answer that question. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me think about this. Where is my pendulum? There. Go. Get off my iPad. Where is my pendulum? It's inside of a bag. I know it's not in this desk. I don't even know why I'm about to look in there. It's inside of a bag. Give me 1 second. It's inside of a bag. Let me go see if it's on my altar real quick. Got it. Okay. Real quick. Okay, got the pendulum. Okay, so we are going to burn dragon blood sage. I have a window open. If you do not open the window while you are using sage, you need to open the window while you're using sage. Like, let's just follow the rules and regulations around here, okay? Open the window while you're using sage. It starts getting real crazy. All right. I am going to sage my items, okay? This is a protected space by divine authority. The ancestors that are present are calling truth, clarity, protection for this live. For the, I'm going to sage my phone as well too. Okay? For the people that are present, for their friends, their loved ones, and their spirit guides and ancestors are called in truth, clarity, and protection. All right? Reveal the karmic ties and the soul lessons that are in line with our dharmic path. Every card, every divination is a divine message for whoever needs it most. No false light, no hidden energy can lurk here. If you are here in peace, may you be blessed with this information. If you are here with deception, may your spirits and my spirits uncover you once and for all. Okay? The ancestors, please guard this circle. My divine deities, please protect this space. My divine mother, cover this space. We are sealed in light, protection, and justice for all. Jama Kali, Jama Durga, Bauta Shri Saeed, may peace be with all of us. Thank you so much, Mother Mirror. Gum Ganapade. All right, let's begin. All right. I want to cleanse this pendulum because I don't use this pendulum, y'all. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm using my sage and I'm actually rotating counterclockwise to remove any energy that was, you know, on this pendulum beforehand. I'm also using my non-dominant hand to hold the pendulum in. Okay. So I want to remove any and all things. And you just talk, because yeah, it don't have to be like all fancy dancy and stuff like, oh, I rebuke the energy over here and I shaka. You don't have to do all that, okay? We calling on our spirit team that talk to us, okay, in our language, okay? So thank you so much, Divine. Please remove any stagnant energy that is on this pendulum, please. Thank you. Thank you so much, okay? I'm going to set it down. So everything is sitting down on top of, actually on top of my dowser rods case, right? But let's say that you don't have a case for your dowser rods, right? Baby, baby. Can you hand me a white towel? Yeah, real quick. Love you. Okay. Thank you. So, it's clean, right?
That's the one you had.
No, I would need a clean one.
You didn't say that. You said the white towel.
No, I need a clean one.
Blow your nose or something.
I don't need to blow my nose. Look, my husband know me. He like, just in case you need to blow your nose or something. Okay. I love him. Okay, so you can... Okay, listen. You can use a white towel if you have a white towel. You can have a white cloth if you have a white cloth, or, you know, a sheet or whatever the case is if you want to use a white one. My dowser rods case is what I use. Like my other stones that I have here, I didn't just set this up. This sits here. Okay. I have them. Oh, here go the jade egg. So I have it here. This is my smudge when I burn some type of I use High John the Conqueror incense powder, and I put it on here and I burn, and I just let it burn and cleanse these stones. Okay. So this is sitting on a tray that I got from the dollar store. Okay. Y'all know I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm gonna be real with y'all. All right. So this is just like a little white cloth or whatnot. So if you want that on there, you can have that. I'm going to put it on the desk. I'm going to show y'all the desk as well too. Okay. This is just a towel out of my bathroom. So if you don't have a case for your divination tools, right? If you don't have a case for your pendulum or your dowser rods, you want to wrap it up in a white towel. Okay, in a white towel. All right. The case that it comes in is cool because it's the case that it comes in. All right. But if not, you want to wrap it up in a white towel. I'm not going to get too far into this teaching. I'm only doing this and then I'm going to answer Lori's question. Okay. So I'm only cleansing these things because I want to show her something about the past life thing too. Okay. So these are the dowser rods. I'm going to cleanse them. Okay. And it's only because I'm doing this right now. Okay. I'm cleansing my necklace, my shungite. I'm going to do all of this over again when we get ready to use this stuff too. I'm going to cleanse this necklace as well, the cellulite. This one is like, oh, baby. Okay. All right. And that's it. All right. Other than that, I'm going to let the sage burn and smoke how it smokes. Okay. All right. So your question is, I wanted to know, could you explain how past life regression is when you're doing it for others? So when I do past life regression for other people, right? There's a reason why, you know, if somebody come to you and they say, I'm having trouble sleeping. When I be sleeping, I be dreaming all types of stuff, or I can't remember my dreams. Okay. Which means that you might be you might be in spiritual warfare and it's too heavy for you to carry into your everyday life. Right. Or they're saying, I have a hard time dieting. This is something so simple. I have a hard time dieting. I want to lose weight. I'm not able to lose weight. I'm not able to gain weight. When I do gain weight, I'm eating out of depression or whatever the case is, right? And they like, oh, I can't get over this person. I can't get over something that happened to me. Somebody betraying me. I have some type of fear or something. Whatever the reason is, that they feel as if they need a past life regression, right? So there's two reasons why I would do a past life regression. One, the spirit guides using these tools that I just showed you mentioned to me intuitively past life. Like there's something with the past life, right? When I was doing the 5 great debts for y'all, and some of the debts, I would hear something about a past life. And then boom, I give y'all a past life example. That's a past life regression reading without me saying directly to you. But y'all was using key name. I mean, you know, y'all was using names until we was like, no, I got questions, you know, like I need to say, like when I did mines or whatever, I'm like, no, I'm gonna tell y'all this is mines. And I'm gonna give you an example of a past life that I had where this debt really occurred. Okay. And if I'm trying to clear something out of my energy, I need to do a past life regression so I can see what's happening. Okay. So when I do it for other people, I would see why they keep repeating certain cycles. Like, why is this, you know, like, why is this coming up? And basically, I could do it one or two ways. I could do it while the person is awake, or I could do it like while they're sleeping, or I could do it in person. Well, I said one or two ways, 3 ways. I could do one in person, which I have done one in person, not just one. I've done a couple in person. I have done some in person, and that's cool. It's cool. You tell the person what's going on, they take notes, and then we I need to make sure I stay on my questions. then not scroll up and down and stuff. So you can do it in person. It's always fun, right? So we talk. It's like a regular reading. I don't want to say like a regular reading, I guess, because I pick up on a lot of past life stuff that we need to clear out. It's like a reading. We talk and we say, okay, this is it. Then I give you the points, because I'm never a healer, y'all. Anybody that has ever booked a reading with me knows I'm not the type of healer that just tell you what the fuck is happening and send you out in the world. I will tell you, like, all right, we need to make amends for some of this stuff, or we're gonna start taking this type of spiritual bath. We're gonna start doing these type of mantras. We gonna start eating and progressing and talking to the food gods about your diet, and tell them, hey, I recognize that I did abuse food in a past life and I starved a lot of people. So this is why, like, shit, I can't gain weight this lifetime. Like, a bitch is just skinny because I starved a lot of people. So y'all got me out here looking like an ant. Okay? You got me out here looking like a mumbo, and I carry that energy energetically. Like, it has a lot of trauma and sickness that we have this, not a lot, all of the sickness that we have this life, it has something to do with it's sins that we committed in a past life. Okay, so if I was to do one, like, without like talking to the person, and they was like, hey, I want to do a past life regression reading, right? I would ask them, I have questions that are in line with those readings. I'm not going to say what it is online. Because I don't want nobody to take my questionnaire that I have when I do readings. But Lori, you got a reading from me before, and I have questions. Okay? We're not about to waste time. We got questions. So I always say, send me what huh? For me? It's all important. This the benefits. Work benefits. I'ma still change them, and then we gonna I'm sorry, 1 second, guys. And then this is Sire's report card, I'm sure. This is his driver's ed thing. This is from the apartments. This is from the bank. It's cool. Yeah. So yeah, I do have questions so that we just don't waste time. And I don't want nobody ever wasting no money either. Like, you give me your money and you be loster than saucer. And if you have a past life regression reading, those people always have follow-ups. They always have follow-ups. Another way we can do it is, like, if you're having problems with like dreaming or sleeping, or you're getting attacked in your dream, and like things are coming up, then we can do something like astral traveling and stuff like that. But I will have to talk with the spirit guides and see if that is necessary. Okay, because that might cause a little bit more trauma, and people don't some people don't break dreams down properly. A lot of stuff happen, a lot of diviners, they have past life regression meetings in the astral world, and we don't wake up and try to break that shit down. We just go off of what we seen. Oh, this person is spiritually attacking me, not knowing that it's a past life reading that you kind of got access to. Okay, so spirit is very tricky with not very tricky, but you just have to continue to study. Okay, continue to study. And when you do a past life regression reading, you can't just get a reading and be like, oh yeah, that's it. The minute that spirit links you privy to the information that happened in the past life to you, and you don't do anything to fix it, you start getting in trouble. Because it's like, I told you what the problem was, and you're deciding not to do anything about it. How dare you? How disrespectful. I gave you access to a portal, and you was just being nosy. How dare you? So, Lori, did that answer your question? And then also, I don't just like, you say, well, this is coming up. I also, I talk with my spirit guide, talks with the person's spirit guide. Okay. I talk with my spirit guide, and they talk with your spirit guide. And I say, take me to the most relevant past life that is afflicting this person's energy, or that is relevant. Okay. So like that. We could do it like that. But I always said I wanted to take a course, and I guess this is coming up again. I always wanted to take a course where I put somebody under hypnosis. I tried to hypnotize Sakai, but it did not work, y'all. It did not work. Okay. I ain't even about to play around with that and be like, it worked and da 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 da. I tried to hypnotize Sakai. He was the only one that was willing for me to hypnotize him. But and it's called hypnose therapy. I tried that, and that didn't work for me. But oh, look, his birthday is on the clock, 5/14. Okay. Okay, Sakai. So maybe that's coming up for me again, to check that out again. Hypnotherapy. They was also charging a lot of money to learn it. Like the one person that I came across that was teaching it, she was charging like almost $12,000 to teach it, and I didn't feel like. $12,000. So yeah, no. But she authentic in what she do. But that was a couple years ago. So I don't know what she charging now. I don't know. I just got on up out of there. But hypnotherapy is another way to do past life regressions. People do have that gift to hypnotize people. Okay. All right. For that much, make it on. Girl, you should have seen how I was looking at that. I'm like, maybe it was 1,200. No, it wasn't 1,200. I said 12,000. It was like 7,000 at one point. It was like a discount for like 7,000. And I thought about it again, but then it was like 12,000. Like, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep my opinion to yourself. DIY, okay, baby. Listen. I'm gonna keep my opinion to myself about some things about these practitioners and the money that they charge for certain things. Okay, I'm gonna keep my opinion to them. I also just had a thought too when I was coming up the steps from grounding. I had a thought, and I think I'm going to reach out to people. I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna do yet, because if I say I'm gonna do it, the distraction is going to come. Okay, the distraction is going to come. The distraction is going to come. So anyway, do it yourself has been heavy. Okay, do it yourself. All right. So let's tap into the divination tools, y'all. Let's tap into the divination tools. I hope that y'all have y'all divination tools. I am going to grab my iPad, my handy dandy iPad. Thank you so much to my spirit guide. So, all right. So the very first divination tools, the very first set of divination anything that I ever had was and I still have them. You know, and it used to be this thing out here where they say like your tarot cards have to be gifted to you. You know, like your first set of tarot cards, they have to be gifted to you or something like that. Um, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. But it did just happen to be like that. But don't believe that. If you bought your first set of tarot cards, that's good. If somebody gave it to you, that's good. You know, Divine has a funny way of connecting us with who we need to. So this is actually my very first set of tarot cards, right? And these are my first dowser rods, okay? These are my very first dowser rods. Now, I do have another set of dowser rods, which I'm not going to show you guys because these are mines that I use on my personal self, okay? That I use on my personal self. And I think that it is very important. Now, I also have a tarot deck that I use on myself that I'm not going to show y'all either, okay? The way I could immediately hear my cards calling me. Absolutely, they do call. They talk, okay? They do talk. I have a tarot deck that I use on myself. I don't pull it for anybody else. Y'all will never see what it is, nothing like that, okay? One time I had a dream about when we were doing the mirror magic, you know, casting out all of the illusions and stuff, and I had a dream that we were inside a bank. We were inside of a bank and they were collecting people's tools, okay? And I went into the bank or whatever the case is. In this dream, I went into the bank like, let me, you know, like, let me get my tools back or whatever the case is. And it was going to be a problem, but I ended up talking to the supervisor, got my tools back. But I'm like, everybody needs to go and get their shit. But people were standing outside the bank trying to get their stuff, but never coming inside the bank. But the door was open, okay? So this is telling me, this is going back to this particular dream that I had where you have to take your energy back in your tools, okay? The energy that has been cast on your tools, you have to actually take that energy back, all right? Because some of the tools have been hijacked. I want to stay on topic, so I'm going to stay on topic. I'm definitely going to stay on topic, okay? Okay, so understanding divination as a relationship, okay? Remember, I talk to y'all all the time, not remember, but remember that I always say that a thing with a relationship is getting information from the other side, right? So we have others on the other side. We have a spirit team on the other side that wants to assist us in getting information, right? And receiving information. Now, all right, every divination tool, pendulum, dowserize, tarot cards, shells, bones, and etc., they become a spiritual vessel where there's information coming through them, right? So the key is not just like energy cleansing or spiritual selection or you know, you've been selected to use this pendulum or to use these dowser rods, and now we're just going to start communicating with them and it's just going to work like that. That's not how I go, baby. That's not how I go. Okay? Your rods and your cards and your pendulums, they have to be attuned to higher frequencies, or you're going to be tapping in with lower frequency. They also have to be attuned to ancestors, and they have to be attuned to the gatekeepers, whether it is the gatekeeper of the ancestors, the gatekeeper of the gods, all right? For example, Ganesh is a gatekeeper of the gods of the pantheon that I go towards, right? Elegba of the Legba when it comes to Orishas, Papa Legba when it comes to voodoo, and I don't know in any other pantheon, I don't know who the gatekeepers are, okay? But there's always someone that has to invite you in. If not, you are connecting with spiritual monkeys. All right, I don't know what else. Chaos monkeys. All right, and excuse my French if I'm like you're connecting with low vibrational energy. All right, so and that's why like some of the when you hear other readers and stuff like that, and they're picking up on that energy. Don't just delete them. Let's hide user from channel. Okay. So, and you picking up on that energy or whatnot, you give them authorization to continue to, they spirits play. Spirits play all day. Like how I got jokes on this side, they got jokes on that side too. So they play. They will test you and see if you're going to laugh at their joke, if you're going to take the bait. And if you take the bait and you come back and you're like, oh, okay, well, that worked for me, I'm going to stay in that energy. They're going to keep showing up for you. They're going to keep showing up for you. And it's all about what it is that you truly want from them. Okay? What you truly want to get from them. All right? So let's go ahead and break down if you can know if a tool has the wrong spirit on it, right? If a tool has the wrong spirit on it, all right? These are ways that you will know if your tools have the wrong spirit on them. The very first thing is after you use them, you feel energetically drained. Okay? After you use them, you feel energetically drained. If you are using dowser rods, right? If you're using dowser rods and your rods are swinging, what's the word? Like crazy? Like, can you, okay, thank you so much, Spirit. Do I have permission to douse? And the other thing too is always ask your tools if you have permission, okay? If you have permission. Before I do that, I am going to, even though I'm, okay, so I know this because I know who, what, when is on my erotically. I ain't erratically. See how I said erotically. Nasty. Erratically. Okay? Slow it down. Erratically. Okay? And I want to make this as beginner friendly as I can, right? For y'all that's already new, y'all already know this. Y'all know this. We just remembering it, okay? But I want to make this as beginner friendly as possible, right? So y'all see me clean my dowser rods with the smoke. That's the first thing. When you get a new tool, you want to cleanse it. When you get new cards, you want to cleanse them. You want to set your this is the newest deck that I have. This is the newest deck of cards that I have, right? And y'all, these cards came from Hades, so I definitely had to make sure that I cleanse these so that a girl energy don't get hijacked, okay? So what I do is I take them out of the box. I take my cards out of the box, and this is another thing. Why you can't be having too many decks of cards unless you're going to take time to actually like connect with them. If you have a ton of decks of cards, my husband just said something about all the decks of cards. He was like, so when we clean up, like, do you think you have too many decks of cards? I said, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to get rid of some of the decks of some of my decks of cards. I'm going to go through them. I don't have to take a lot of time, but I'm going to use my dowser rods actually and say, am I keeping this or is it going? Am I keeping this or is it going? Am I keeping this or is it going? And if they say it's going, I'm not going to think twice about it. I'm not going to fight with spirit. That's another thing. I'm not gonna fight with spirit. Spirit tell me that the deck of cards that I outgrew the deck of cards. I don't need it. I don't care how nice it look. Okay, because I buy cards. I buy decks. I have bought decks of cards because they look nice, but some of them I don't use. So somebody might be getting some free decks of cards. Okay, they say they served the purpose while I was there. Okay, so this is the newest deck of cards that I have. So what I did was, when I bought this deck of cards, and if I'm going too fast or y'all have questions, ask them. Ask them right away. Okay, don't hold it. I hope y'all taking notes, but ask them right away. Okay, so I always use Sage on my new deck of cards. Okay, I use Sage and I use Palo Santos, and I'm about to show y'all what else I do. Okay, so yeah. So what I do is I always go counterclockwise with Sage. I always go counterclockwise with Sage, okay? And I don't care if it starts getting black. I don't care. I don't care about that, okay? Once these cards is in my hands, they in my hands. It's funny. The devil is at the bottom of the deck in reverse, okay? So I'm going to Sage these cards. I'm dropping ashes everywhere. I don't care, okay? Spirituality is not clean. So don't think that it is, okay? I'm going to split the deck of cards into 3. Let's drop this a little bit. I'm going to split the deck of cards into 3. Okay. Always an odd number. If it's not 3, it's 5. Okay. And then I'm going to go over them again. I'm going to make sure that my sage is lit real good and clean. Okay. Real good and clean. I'm going to go over them again. And I'm creating a circle, but I'm still going counterclockwise. Okay, to remove any energy that is on these cards that do not serve in my highest vibrational dharmic path, or my clients, or my friends, my loved ones, my students, my team, my destiny helpers. I'm going to remove any and all energy that does not serve in our highest vibrational self. I'm always saying that. Highest vibrational self. Our highest vibrational ancestors. Okay? All of that. I'm going to take one deck. Look, the 8 of Cups. I'm going to take one deck. Counterclockwise. I'm removing it. I don't care if it's making a mess. I'm going to take another one. 2 of Pentacles. Okay? I'm removing it. Okay? And, of course, this devil in reverse. Okay? I'm removing it. All right. So I'm going to do that, right? I'm going to put the deck back together. I'm going to put the deck back together. I forgot one thing. I forgot to say one thing. Make sure your hands are clean when you're doing this. Make sure your hands are clean when you're doing this. Before we started, I used Florida water on my hands. I wash my hands in general, but I also use rose water too, because I'm calling in my highest vibrational team, right? And my team like rose water. My deities, they like rose water. So I'm using some rose water on my hands as well, okay? Y'all didn't see me do this. I did this before I even came on camera, because I started moving stuff off my desk. When I move stuff off my desk, I use this stuff too, okay? So, and I don't care about my decks getting wet and dirty and all that stuff. I'm not here for the aesthetics, okay? So I put them back together. All right, and I'm going to mix them up like 3 times. All right, and then I'm going to break them down 3 times again. All right, thank you so much, Spirit. All right, I'm going to take the Palo Santos. Now, Palo Santos is not a cleansing. It's not for cleansing, y'all. It's not for cleansing. This is not for cleansing. This is more of like grounding. It's more of like angelic energy, like restoring the goodness, right? So when I'm using this, I'm going clockwise. All right, I'm going clockwise. And I'm calling in my highest vibrational ancestors. I'm calling in my spirit team, my guys that want the best for me, the ones that channel and do this work with me. I'm calling in my highest vibrational deities that work with me. Not just my deities, but my collective deities, because I use these cards for my collective, okay? I'm calling in my highest vibrational ancestors, my collective's highest vibrational ancestors. I'm also calling in my spirit guide by his name. I'm calling in Ben. Thank you so much, Ben. I'm calling in Sakai. Thank you so much, Sakai. Okay, I'm calling you guys in. Thank you so much for assisting me with me and passing these messages on for me and the collective, for me and my team. Okay, thank you so much. And that's it. All right. So if you know your spirit guide by name, call in your spirit guide. Okay, if you know your spirit guide by name, and look at that, the moon card. Call in your spirit guide. All right. I'm going to shuffle these cards 3 times. The moon card, and what is that? The 3 of Pentacles, okay? So I know that my spirit team is here. I know my spirit team here, baby. Okay? So that's it. This is my newest day. Now, how else I want to connect with my spirit, with my deck of cards, with this particular divination? What I did was I play with my spirit team. I ask questions. I pulled 3 cards and I never looked at them. I just pulled 3 cards out of the deck, right? And I slept with these 3 cards. You know, how would this deck benefit me? How am I using this deck? You know, before I even came on live and used this deck, y'all didn't see me opening up the pack on live. This deck had got cleansed and everything, okay? Lori said her ears is ringing so much, okay? It's these notes we taking. So I took 3 cards. I put them inside my pillowcase, under my pillow, and I slept with these 3 cards. The next day, not first thing in the morning. You know, I have a whole nother routine that I'm doing first thing in the morning that don't have nothing to do with divination, okay? It got a lot to do with grounding the energy. So the next morning, I took these 3 cards with me all day. They was in my purse. I never looked at them either. I didn't play myself either and be like, I'm gonna glance at them, okay? If it falls out and you happen to see a particular card, don't worry about it. Keep it together. Keep it together. Don't think about it or nothing, because you don't know what the other 2 cards are, okay? You don't, and you using your intuition when it comes to reading the energy. So we're not asking like, how's my day gonna go? How is, you know, what is happening in my life? Don't mix up the energy. Stay focused on how this deck is going to benefit you. So you have 3 cards now. That's 4. You have 3 cards. You put them up under your pillow. You go to sleep with them. The next day, if you going out and about, stick them inside your purse. Wherever. If you're not going out and about with them, put them on your hip. Go about your business. Okay? Go about your business. This is you connecting your energy with your spirit guides that you have called into your divination. If you don't take your divination tools that serious, I don't want no reading from you. Period. You can't help me. You can't help me. I got too much stuff going on. You can't take your tools that serious. If you can't rock with that energy on you all day, you're not supposed to be doing nothing for nobody else, okay? So that's it right there. Okay? So this right here, these are the 3 cards that I have pulled. How is this deck going to benefit me? This is the 10 of Cups. This is 2, 4, 6, 8. I think this is the 9 of Brooms, or maybe it's the 10 of Brooms in reverse and the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so this is all about releasing a heavy load. This is about not being selfish, or this is the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, this is like not being selfish, like giving back, right? And then the Ten of Cups. All right. This is an emotion, bringing the emotional balance, a rainbow, like completion. All right. So that right there, that's how this deck is going to benefit me. All right. And so that's how I work uh with a deck of cards. I don't care what deck of cards it is. It could be angel numbers. I get oracle cards. These are tarot cards right here, because you know anytime that they look, death and rebirth, okay, in reverse. And anytime you have these are tarot cards, okay? These are oracles. Even if it's a little deck of cards like this is angel numbers, okay? I'm going to cleanse them as well. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm not going to go through all that. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm still going to take 3 cards and say, how is this deck going to benefit me? I always take 3. That's my number. I always take 3. And I'm going to do that. I don't care what deck of cards it is, okay? It could be oracle cards like the secrets of the ancestors. Now that's where I'm gonna go to. Okay, that's where we're gonna go to next. All right. So we're still talking about cards as the divination tool. So let's say you have a oracle deck that is specifically for ancestors, right? This is not deities. You don't call in energy with deities. So let's say you have ancestor cards, right? You have ancestor cards. I'm going to I'm going to cleanse the hell out of these cards. Okay, my stage is still lit. I'm going to cleanse these. I'm going to remove any stagnant energy. I'm going to remove any previous ancestors from the owner. Okay, I'm going to remove any previous ancestors from the creator. I'm going to remove any previous ancestors from the person that processed the goddamn order and delivered it to my doorstep. I'm going to remove all their ancestors, please. And this is how I talk to my spirit team, okay? Please remove all of them ancestors, okay? Please remove all of them ancestors. I don't connect with these people. I don't want to pull their ancestors. I don't want to, spiritually spy on them. I'm being intentional. Thank you so much. Okay? I'm removing all of their ancestors, okay? Thank you so much, Spirit. Now, with an ancestor deck, I'm not going to use Palo Santos. What I am going to use is what my ancestors like, okay? I'm going to use what my ancestors like. My ancestors like frankincense. I'm going to give them what they like. They like frankincense. So I'm going to burn frankincense incense. I'm just going to burn 1. You know, I be doing the most. So I burn 2, 3, 4, 5 incense at a time. Okay. I'm gonna keep the fire lit on my on this, because one thing about spirits like ancestors, they actually like fire. So I will actually burn my cards if necessary. I don't care. Okay. They're not really burning. Okay. This is just smoke. So once I do the bottom of the deck, what's the bottom to me, okay, how I have it in my hand, I'm clearing it out. But then I'm going to call in my highest vibrational, and it looked like I'm going backwards, but I'm really going clockwise. I'm calling in my highest and I'm keeping them in my non-dominant hand. Why? Because when I pull these cards, I'm not pulling them while they're sitting on the table. I don't pull like this. I'm not judging anybody in how they pull, but I don't pull like this. I pull from my hands. So I'm always connecting my energy and using this as an intention with your cards in your hand. You're saying, ancestors, my highest vibrational ancestors, use me as a vessel. I'm also going to call in my ancestors that I know that I have venerated to the highest degree. Who I'm not going to call in is the ancestors that maybe I haven't done as much veneration as possible. Look, because sometimes it takes lifetimes to venerate certain ancestors. And I won't call in anybody that was, whose death was a killing. So I'm not going to call in my father, right? I'm not going to call in my father. He did die of gunshot wounds. I'm not going to call in him, right? That was not a natural death. Okay, that was a karmic retribution that he had to pay back. So I'm not going to call him in. I'm calling in my highest vibrational ancestors, okay? I'm going to start with, I am the mother of Sakai Johnson, and I'm definitely calling in Sakai Johnson. Okay, thank you so much. I'm calling in Sakai, all right? I am the granddaughter of Eva. Okay, I'm calling in Eva. Thank you so much. Okay, I am the great granddaughter of Essie and Evelyn. I'm calling in my grandmothers. Okay, if you don't know them by name, then you call in your grandmothers from lifetimes that want to help you do this work from 10 generations back. 10 generations back. I'm calling in my grandfathers. Okay, I'm calling in James Rabbit, my grandfather, because my father and my grandfather have the same name, but I'm calling him by his nickname. Okay, I'm calling him in. Okay, I'm also calling back 10 generations on my father's side. Wow, my grandmother Essie, my dad's mom. Wow, that's my mother's. That's my great grandmother. Okay. Thank you so much. That's the one that used to do dials that used to do the most. Okay. All right. I'm calling back 10 generations of ancestors on my father's side. Thank you so much. And I'm going to start going this way too. Okay. I'm calling back my highest vibrational ancestors to assist me with communicating through this deck. In whichever deck, you know, that you call your ancestors on. Thank you so much. Okay. And then I'm doing like this because I'm sending that energy out. I want them to connect with me. I'm calling in my clients. I'm calling in my collectives, ancestors, high vibrational ancestors. The ones that is here to do this spiritual work with us. That is in line with our dharmic path. To help us pull and channel divine messages that keep us blessed and that keep us in alignment. Okay, and this is not a script. This is me calling in the ancestors. Like, if you can't talk to your ancestors like in some real shit, like, I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to shuffle my deck 3 times. Okay, I'm going to split my deck. I'm going to split my deck into 3. And I'm going to use the instant again. And this is when you first get a new set of cards, or you believe that your divination tools are just not working for you. Okay. Or after you do a client read, you want to make sure you cleanse your decks. Okay. Whichever decks you use, you don't have to be as deep and do one by one. You know, you help the energy. And if you know you're going to continue to work with that client, you know, clean your cards after each session, right? But you don't have to be going all deep and stuff. At some point you have to do a deep cleansing. At some point you have to do a deep cleansing, but you don't deep clean every time. Like, somebody that tell you they deep clean every time, I don't know. I don't believe them. I don't believe them. I don't believe them, especially when they, I don't know, especially when their story is the same. Okay. All right, Alexis. I'm channeling a lot as I'm messing with these cards. Okay, so these is just things how I'm going to do a deep cleanse tonight. Okay, baby. Okay. So that's me cleansing my cards, my ancestor cards. If this was a brand new deck, okay, this was a brand new deck. This is how my ancestors would pat me. Okay, they would pat me. They burping me. This is my babies. Okay, I'm burping the new baby. This is how I feel about that. I don't know why I just started doing that, but this is what they want me to do. They want me to tap. Some people knock. You know, some people knock on their deck. People blow on their deck. Whatever spirit is telling you to do to cleanse the energy. Even when I just blew on my deck, I technically got a little spit on it properly. Okay, that's DNA. All right, this is the ancestors. It's okay. We all share the same DNA. You get what I'm saying? So that's that. I would never let nobody touch this deck. Okay, so and I look at what I'm saying. Look at what I'm saying. Y'all see that ancestor with that baby? Look at that. Number 35. It's whatever they say at the time. Okay? It's whatever they say at the time. Number 35. That's the 8th house being activated. That's Gemini. That's Leo. That's Scorpio. This is death and rebirth. This is somebody, you know, watching over the keeper over. And these are just downloads that come while you're cleansing your tools anyway. Okay? I used to knock the blowing. I do all that. Okay? So this right here is an ancestor showing up. Look, a grandma showed right up for us. And this is how you get messages. I was getting ready to pull a card and say, and look, the mother of fire right up under that. Okay, shine and rise. Okay, and then the twins. Okay, this is it right here. These are my twin, my ancestor. These are all right here. These are the ancestors. So like I told y'all, my ancestors, they always show me like, yeah, baby, you in alignment. We in alignment. Same. I'm touching on my hair too because I'm because I'm a dreamer. Okay? And then the birth, the mother, and then the twins. The mother looking over, oh, I just got chills in my hair. The mother looking over her children on the earth. Mother Earth. Ancestor. These is all ancestors. Somebody's ancestors on their mother's side, or the women, they have a pantheon, and these are downloads that you get while you're cleansing your tools. So you get confirmation that your tools are not hijacked. My tools ain't hijacked. This right here, man, I just got chills in my head. I have a set of twins. There you go, right there. This is the mother looking over her twins. Okay, this is the mother looking over her twins from a distant horizon. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? And there's I got chills so bad right now, y'all. And there's ancestors. There's like a pantheon of women ancestors that is telling you like get your divination tools together. Okay? So that's how I would cleanse my ancestor deck. Now, I'm gonna show y'all a God's deck. Okay? So I have the gods and the goddesses, and then I'm going to use an angel deck, my husband say I have too many cards. How would I be able to give these examples? Okay. So I'm gonna put the ancestor deck back up because we don't need that anymore. Once we done talking about this, we don't need that. Yes, your spaghetti is in the bowl already. Are you gonna eat it? Yeah. Okay. And then I'm also gonna show y'all using another tarot reader. So this is actually Intuitive KF. He's the tarot reader. So I'm gonna show y'all how I cleanse this deck as well too. It's in the refrigerator on the left hand side. I mean, if it's in the refrigerator, do you think it's warm? One second, guys. Let me go help Nas be my little baby for life. No, come on, man. We don't even have a kitchen.
We have an air fryer right there. How did you bring the kitchen into this?
How do you make French toast without the air fryer? Oh, that French toast?
Yes.
No, you can have. You don't want this spaghetti right now? Yeah. You see Here, I'm touching stuff, so I don't want to touch this. You can touch it, I'll set it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So it says air fryer on 380 for 6 to 7 minutes. So we'll do 6:30. And the temp. Uh, 6:30.
Can you text Miss Buster?
Yeah. And temp. Temp 380. I don't know what the syrup is.
I'll just do it.
How many?
Hold on.
Put this back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Say I'm the best mom ever.
The best one ever.
All right.
Now buy me this, that.
No.
Can you text Miss Buster real quick though? So you
No,
can
I'm not
get-
about to text her right now. I'm
I
on
told you
live
yesterday.
doing the read. I'm doing the
Use your iPad.
learning.
Just use your iPad, please.
No, I'm gonna do it on my phone where I can search for the number. You did tell me yesterday, but you didn't remind me this morning.
How? That wasn't my fault. I told you yesterday. You should have been did it. I thought you did it yesterday.
After I finish this teaching, then I will do it.
Okay.
It wasn't his fault. Oh man. Aquarius is. Alright, so I'm gonna also put this deck up too, because we don't need this anymore. And I am going to show you guys. I don't even like these all up there. Let me put them where they belong. Okay, put them where they belong. Where you place your tarot cards also is important too. Okay, where you place your tarot cards is important. How you treat them. How you treat tarot cards is how they treat you back. How you treat money is how it treats you back. Just FYI. Okay? So we have angels, we have goddesses, and gods. Okay? The Hindu pantheon as well. And then we have a reader. So let me next go through my gods and goddesses. Okay? So my gods and goddesses deck. And then I'm also going to use my African goddess rising deck as well. Because these are deities and gods that I deal with, right? So I'm going to cleanse these decks. All right, these two decks. I'm going to cleanse these two decks, right? So these two decks, I'm going to put them in my, and look, Durga at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to put them in my hand again. All right. So these are gods and goddesses decks, right? There's no such thing as a, like, it's either high vibrational or it's low vibrational, whichever way. Okay, so I don't really have to remove anything off of this. I am really like strictly calling something in. I'm calling a deity in. So this like be real, okay? Be real. Now, with a deck like this, right? With a deck like this, what I will do is, okay, I will put olive oil on my hands, okay, and I'm gonna bless and charge this deck for real. I'm gonna put olive oil on my hands. I'm just gonna rub it in, right? I'm also want to be clear on the messages that I'm receiving, because when you're dealing with a deity, when you're dealing with deities, and I'm just getting the oil warmed up on my hands, and you're dealing with like gods and stuff like that, like they communicate, their communication is not the same as like the ancestors. The ancestors speak your language, right? The gods, they speak your language too, but they also speak 999,000 other languages that you have learned in past lives. So sometimes when you're using like gods and goddesses, deities, and you're using those type of decks, you start connecting more, and you start connecting more with those deities. Now, I'm not saying that like your tarot card deck, look, okay, spiritual partnership at the bottom of this deck. I'm not saying like your tarot card deck or your oracle deck, like you can't connect with a deity in these decks, but I'm gonna show y'all, like when you mix up a deck or you create your own deck, I'm gonna show you what you do with that, because this actually has 2 decks in it, so I'm gonna show y'all that as well too. Okay, so but this deck, I would never mix this with another deck. Okay, my Kali deck, I would never mix that with another deck. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't mix Isis deck up with the Kali deck, even though they're made by both Anna, I think her name is Anna Fields or something like that, Alana Fields, I don't know, but I wouldn't mix them decks. I wouldn't. I'm very respectful of the pantheon, so I'm not gonna mix those pantheons, right? So this deck, I just started shuffling. That's not what I would do. So when I first get this deck, right, I'm going to look, the God of War, I'm going to bless and charge this deck. So I put olive oil on my hand. I'm putting my hand, and this is Karthikeya right here. This is Pravati and Lord Shiva's son. So this is right in alignment. This is the God of War that's right up, that's right on the top. And I'm going to this particular deck. Don't buy decks or get decks that you're not willing to learn. Okay, don't buy decks and get decks that you're not really to learn. It say take refuge in Karthikeya Skanda, the son of Shiva, who is the god of 6 faces, that is as red as Kumkum, right? This greatly wise deity leads the army of gods while riding on the back of the divine peacock. Okay, so you have to really be willing to learn about the decks that you're pulling. Like that you're pulling for, that you're going to be using. If not, the deck is going to get hijacked by low vibrational energies that want to tap in with these gods and goddesses. Okay, when I was learning Santeria, learning about Santeria, not like learning, but when I was learning about Santeria, I was told that if you don't do certain things a certain way before asking, like making offerings and, you know, stuff like that, if you don't do certain things a certain way, you're not connecting with those spirits. So that's another thing too, about like knowing whether or not you really connecting with those spirits. Like you have to do certain things, you know, like certain things. You have to make offering. It doesn't have to be elaborate, but you have to go to the gatekeeper. So in this particular deck, this is a mantra, blessing, and meditation deck, right? So I am going to first go to Karthikeya's brother, which is right there. Okay, Lord Ganesh, Gum Ganapade. Okay, Gum Ganapade, Gum Ganapade, Gum Ganapade. Okay, so this is you know, this, I'm going to the gatekeeper and I'm asking for permission. All right, I'm asking for permission. And then I would put this particular deck on my altar and I would say mantras over it. And at the right time that the deities tell me, I will ask for a message. So right now, I'm going to ask for a message. If I am not using olive oil, right? If I'm not going to use olive oil, I'm going to use like much mustard seed oil. It's good to fight off spiritual warfare. I'm going to use ghee. Okay, I'm going to use ghee. I am going to use, I will use rose water. I will also use another type of water too, which I'm not going to talk about, but, well, you know what, I can. I will use like rue water. Okay, rue water. If I'm dealing with like deities, okay? So, I have permission to pull a card from here, right? So I'm going to just ask Spirit to give me a card and how this deck is going to align with me. And let's see, okay? And I am going to pull the Preceptor of Gods, okay? And it says, oh, wow, y'all. It says, I bow down to Brishapati, the god of the planet Jupiter. Jupiter, y'all. I'm Jupiter ruled. Okay. He is the spiritual master of all demigods and sages. Sages, the teachers. Okay. His complexion is golden and he is full of intelligence. He is the controlling lord of all three worlds. And it says his blessing is power and prestige in the society, worldly knowledge, especially law, capacity to act as a teacher and a spiritual master, and the ability to carry out advisory and ministry duties. So this is how this deck is going to benefit me, okay? Easy peasy. All right? Thank you so much, Jupiter. Thank you so much, the Lord of Jupiter, okay? And if I can't pronounce the name of the deity or the god that's on the card, I will look it up. Let's look it up. It's nothing wrong with it, y'all. Y'all don't have to know everything at one time. I'm gonna look it up. Let's see how to pronounce it. Brihaspati. Brihaspati. Okay? I was so off with that. So I apologize to the guy. Brihaspati. 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 Okay? The Brihaspati. Okay? It says, I bow down to Brihaspati, the god of the planet Jupiter. He is the spiritual master of all demigods and sages. His complexion is golden and he is full of intelligence. He is the controlling lord of all three worlds. Okay? The preceptor of gods. So this is how that deck is going to align with me. All right? And I'm, like I said, so if that means that I'm going to use this deck to help people expand, the gods, the goddesses, the teachers, all of y'all. Y'all know y'all here to teach and to pass on the sage, to give other people advice. So they're going to use me through this deck. The gods are going to use me through this deck to pass on information that y'all are supposed to share somewhere else too. Okay? So that's how my gods use me anyway. So I'm used to it. All right? And that's being Jupiter ruled. All right? So my guides, this one is the Black Goddess deck. Okay? This is a Black Secrets Revealed. Okay? Queen Sheba. So this is my Black Goddess deck. Now, my Black Goddess deck, right? So when I think of this deck, I think of my other divine mothers, which are like, I know that are in here. That is Ursula Dantur is in here. I think of Oshun and I think of Marie Laveau. right? All of them are inside of this deck, this particular deck, and I have a real close relationship with them. So what I would do if I got this deck, right, brand new, I'm going to use something that is light fragrant that all of them will like, okay? So when you're dealing with gods and goddesses, we're not using frankincense. Oh no. We're not using frankincense, y'all. Even though they might like frankincense, we're not using frankincense. Let me go get something that's light and fluffy for them. I play too much. I'm talking about light and fluffy. Cinnamon. So this is another thing why it's important that you have certain like just incense. Like just have incense. Like you don't like how I smell, people around you don't like how I smell, okay? Y'all trying to block out, y'all trying to get my shit hijacked, okay? I'm about to burn these incense. And that's true, because my husband be like, what's that you burning? I ain't for that, right? So I'm gonna use, this is cinnamon, okay? Arzali Dantour, she likes cinnamon. Oshun likes cinnamon. And Marie Laveau likes cinnamon. And I'm pretty sure all the rest of these goddesses inside of this deck like cinnamon. Who doesn't like cinnamon? Okay. So I'm going to burn the cinnamon. Okay. To cleanse this deck. All right. If you have a cinnamon stick, you can use the cinnamon stick. All right. Use what you have. Use the cinnamon stick. So I'm going to... my babies like fire too. I don't know who y'all, listen, I'm a fire sign. My babies like fire. So I'm definitely going to use fire when it comes to them, because not only are they goddesses, they're also warriors, okay? They're also warriors. A lot of them had to battle their family members, you know, people on the outside when it comes to like goddess energy, this type of energy, okay? Y'all bought these deck of cards for a reason. So I'm going to cleanse the energy. I will use sage on this deck too. You know, I will use sage on this deck too. I'm not going to say. But if I use sage, I'm going to follow it up with something else with this instant as well. And y'all see me just change the rotation. At first I was doing counterclockwise, and I'm changing it to clockwise. Okay. All right. So I'm going to let that burn. All right. Another thing that I will use on this deck is rose water. Okay. I will use rose water on this deck. Which one of my girls don't like rose water? Okay. I'm going to use rose water. And I'm just going to put it on my hands. And, you know, you can put it in a spray bottle. You can spray it onto. I keep looking over here because I feel like I'm getting told to use my money water, my money Florida water on here too. Okay. I feel like I'm being told to use that too. So I'm going to go ahead and use that, because there's probably one of these black goddesses want to give me something that I deserve. Okay. I use cinnamon. So they like, go ahead and use that Florida, that money Florida water too. Okay. So I got that money Florida water up on them too. And I'm you know, I'm just going ahead and do it like that. Okay. Black women be having it all over the place. Okay. So I'm just going to mix up the energy. And y'all see, I'm not trying to keep up with aesthetics and be all cute and fancy, but that's me, you know? That's me. Another thing too that I would use, because I grab oils as well. Another thing too that I would use on this one, because of what I was just called to do intuitively, was to use the money Florida water, is I'm going to use the open road oil. I'm going to put it on my hands. And I'm going to use it on this deck. On the top, the middle. You know, and I'm just picking random cards and I'm putting it on there, but I'm not paying no attention to it. But, okay, she wanted to come out and it says, Mama Doma Shine. Okay, she wanted to come out and shine. And then tonic, pleasure. Okay, so she's getting a pleasure out of you shining. Okay. Look, and oil at the bottom of the deck, okay? So I just want to, you know, kind of connect with it, cleanse it. I'm gonna get it up under that cinnamon again. Y'all can't see that, but okay. Spirit telling me to show it. Okay. And I'm really connecting with this deck, and I feel like it probably needed a good cleanse anyway. I haven't used this deck in a while. It probably needed a good cleanse. They like, good job. Okay. I can hear my spirit team saying, good job. You know, so she just had a little bath, a little shower, dried off with the smoke. Okay. And I'm going to split this deck into 3 as well, too. I'm always going to split the decks into 3. Okay. But I'm, you know, just going with intuition. All right. And then if this was a brand new deck, I will ask for 1 card. 1 card. Okay. I will sleep with this goddess and ask her to connect with me. Okay. Ask her to connect with me. I will pray over this. And because I don't know what goddess this is, I'm going to just ask spirit to connect me with my highest vibrational goddess. You know, whichever one wants to connect with me at the moment, connect with me, give me a message on how this deck is going to benefit me, the collective, what I have to offer to it and what it has to offer to me. Okay. And I'm just going to go with that energy. All right. Look at that. Oya. Oya, y'all. It's Oya. And this is Oya's feast time as well too. Her feast day is coming up. Actually, I think it's like, I ain't about to look that up. Yes, I am. November the 25th. Oh, one of them just passed, October the 15th, November the 25th, and February the 2nd. So, and Santeria is October the 15th. So her feast day just passed, and then there's another date mentioned to honor her, which is November the 25th. Okay? And Haitians honor her November the 25th. Okay? I guess in some lines, they honor her November the 25th. Okay? So, yeah. And betrayal is at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Okay? Oya. So, number 13. So, that's how she is connecting with us. All right? So, I'm not going to get into cleansing all the rest of the decks, y'all. I'm not going to get into cleansing all the rest of the decks. But I do want to show y'all some things when it comes to, like, so y'all get the drift on cleansing the decks, okay? Cleansing your tarot decks, right? And you have to do that so that you call in the highest vibrational energy onto your decks, right? Onto your tarot cards, onto your oracle cards. All right, you have to make sure that you're doing that. Now, when you buy a deck of cards, an oracle deck, because a lot of tarot readers they end up making their own tarot cards, or they sell them, right? If you buy a deck from another tarot reader, you have to remove their energy, okay? You have to remove their energy. So, what I'm going to use for this one, I'm going to use sage. You have to remove, especially if they're a active tarot reader, because what happens is they put their energy into this, and if this person, and this is no shade to Intuitive Kev, I don't watch him. I can't say I don't really watch him. I don't watch him. I just like his deck, okay? I don't watch him. I never really watched him either. I just like his deck of cards, okay? I bought these off of Etsy, I believe. Yeah, Etsy. I bought these off of Etsy. They came up as a recommendation. I bought them because I like them, okay? But I don't watch him. Nothing to it. It don't matter. It's nothing, okay? So I'm going to remove his energy. And the reason why I'm moving his energy is because I don't want our readings to cross. I don't want our readings to cross in a wrong or disrespectful or energy absorbent type of way. So divine, please remove the energy of the previous owner, of the creator, and the person that delivered these cards to my house and process the order. I don't want them, to cross. I don't want the energy to cross. You know what my intentions are? Okay, and please use my energy and use me as a vessel for the highest vibration. Okay, for my spirit team, for my collective, for my for whatever, okay, because these are tarot cards made, these are oracle cards made by another reader whom I don't know who he channeled when he made these cards. So I need to remove all energy. I don't know who he channeled when he made these cards. Okay. And these cards may be made by other tarot readers as well too. I don't know. Okay. So that's why I'm removing energy. But this one, I know that he's a tarot reader. For sure, for sure. So definitely going to remove his energy. Okay. So something simple like that. You want to make sure that you do that. All right. And I would still, this card, I wouldn't sleep with these cards. Okay, I wouldn't sleep with these cards. But when it comes to like my gods and my deities, just do something that's in alignment with you. When it comes to like tarot cards, I would sleep with them cards. But my gods and goddesses deck, I'll sleep with those cards. Okay, with a tarot cards, like regular tarot cards like King of Wands and stuff like that, I would sleep with those cards. But like oracle cards made by another tarot reader, I wouldn't sleep with those cards. Okay? Because I don't want to I don't want to pull on their energy like that.
How?
Get the plate. Okay, so now we are going to go on to dowser rods. Okay, we're going to go on to dowser rods and pendulums. Okay. So, huh?
I just pressed this button. Is that okay?
It's off. It's off.
Where's the syrup?
I told you I didn't know. I told you that already, and you said I'll just eat it like that. You can look inside of one of these boxes right here. Put your plate down so you don't drop the food.
Put it down where?
Somewhere. We're going to go on to dowser rods and pendulums, y'all. Give me 1 second.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's too late. I'm already up. That's something your dad packed up, so.
You can't find me.
You can't say that and I'm already up.
My head hurts. I just want to sit down and eat.
Okay, sit down and eat then. Okay. Okay. All right, we're back. All right, we're back. So now we are going to go on to like the dowser rods and the pendulum, y'all. We're going to go on to the dowser rods and the pendulum. So when you first receive a pair of dowser rods, right? I'm going to make sure that I timestamp these, okay? So when you first receive a pair of dowser rods, um, instantly you want to start asking them questions. You want to start asking them questions, right? But you don't really need to do that. I promise you, do not do that. 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 Okay? Don't do that. You have to take time to connect with dowser rods. You have to bathe them, and you have to treat them like a baby. This is something that you like, how you would treat a voodoo doll or a doll, like a baby doll that you newly get, or a baby that you newly get, because dowser rods are alive. Everything is alive, but these are like completely different. I don't know why, but they're different. Okay, they're very different. I do know why, but they're very different. Okay, so you want to think of these dowser rods as a like you have to use your intuition heavy to hear what they've been saying, to hear what they're saying beyond yes and no. Okay, even with a pendulum, like things like this, you have to, cards, you can read them, you can learn them and stuff. But these right here, this is a different type of frequency. This is a different type of energy or whatnot, y'all. And so you have to like be, you have to want to learn them. Like you got to teach the baby the language. Okay, so let's say you get a brand new pair of dowser rods. Okay, you get a brand new pair of dowser rods. These are your golden circuits, your copper circuits. Okay, copper, if you have a pair that's made out of copper, copper is a conductor. Okay, if they're gold, they're conductors. These are all conductors. Okay, one day I'm gonna get me a 24 karat gold pair. Okay, I'm gonna get me some made. They're gonna be made out of real 24 karat gold. But until then, I'm gonna use these boys until the wheels fall off. Okay, right? Okay, thank you so much, Spirit. But wait, so when you first get your dowser rods, or before when you order them, right? All right, some of us already have them. Let's be real, some of us already have them. So when I first got my dowser rods, what I did was I created a prayer for when I have my dowser rods in my hand. Okay, and y'all hear me say this. Please bless and charge me with the energy to bring a balance to my complete being, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, and physically. Right? And then y'all might hear me just shorten it up there and say, do I have permission to douse? Okay, do I have permission to douse? When I first got these dowser rods, I did not know my spirit guide's name. Okay, but I knew that I could hear him. I knew that I could hear him. My son Sakai was still alive. My children were still alive. My kids are the only ones that ever touch my kids and my husband are the only ones that ever touch my dowser rods. Not these though. They touch my personal dowser rods. They're my children and my kids. Okay, because those is the ones that I energetically know their energy. I'm not letting my mama touch them. I'm not letting my sister touch them. I'm not gonna let none of my clients touch them. None of that. Really, nobody should touch your dowser rods, but I let my kids touch my dowser rods when Sakai passed away. I let them touch them, and it was only so that they could believe what I was saying, y'all. I was tripping. I was sad. Okay, and I just couldn't, and they needed to get the answer themselves. But before that, I did clean the dowser rods, and I cleansed them. Right, I saged their little asses down. I went through the most, like, did a whole ritual. Okay, I don't even have my tamarind over here. Oh, it's at the top. But dowser rods like sound, they like smoke, they like water, they love water. Y'all, they love water. They like sound, they like smoke, they like water, they like alcohol. If that's your pantheon, if those are your ancestors, I channel ancestors with my dowser rods. I will feed them alcohol. Okay. I don't really use my dowser rods when it comes to like Hindu goddesses and gods and stuff, like Lord Shiva, Mon Kali, Mon Durga, I don't use my dowser rods when it comes to that, because I keep my ancestors, my spirit guides, and my deity separate. So I don't use my dowser rods, but my spirit guide is my advisor. Okay, so my spirit guide knows, it gives me advice on whether or not I'm supposed to go down the pantheon, learn about a pantheon, learn about somebody. So I do ask my spirit guide, but I'm not saying, can I channel Mon Durga's energy through my dowser rods? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. It's just, I don't know if you can or you can't, but I'm not crossing them. I put my dowser rods on my ancestor altar. I don't put them on my deity altar over there. I will put them here where I have my Kali, where I have Lord Shiva, where I have Sri Sai, Mon Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati. I have them there, but I also have, this is not a official altar. Okay, I show reverence over here, but it's not an official altar. Okay, it's not an official altar. So I don't, that's not, I will set them over there because they want to be over there in the energy, right? But that's not what we're doing there. Okay, so but my spirit guide told me his answer, his name, using the dowser rods. What I did was I was connecting with my dowser rods first. Okay, so the mistake that I see people make, one of the biggest mistakes I see people make with divination tools is jumping right in. Okay, jumping right in. All of this stuff takes patience. Okay, all of this stuff takes patience, and you have to be willing to take patience to have patience, right? So gold tourmaline and black tourmaline, right? Gold and black tourmaline, black tourmaline. Okay, this is a gold tourmaline, this is a black tourmaline. So the black tourmaline is a solar conduit, okay, and it adds divine truth currents, the higher self frequency that black tourmaline alone does not channel. Okay, so you need to go higher than a conscious truth that you've told yourself. Like, you have to be willing to eliminate everything that you learned when you pick up when you are using dowser rods with a gold and black tourmaline. Okay, you with not just a gold and black tourmaline, but with angel light. So angel light is a stone that is used with angels and ancestors, right? I mean, yeah, angels and ancestors. Okay, because you know how, like, when our ancestors pass, when somebody in our family passed, we be like, that's my guardian angel and stuff, right? We label them like that. Now, we label them as a human like that, but in reality, you know, some of them are. Some of them have gained their wings. Like how I told y'all, if I die, I really don't want to go to the ancestor realm. I don't have a choice where spirit sends me next, but unless I'm doing certain types of work. But you know what? I do have a choice. Let me change that. I do have a choice. I just need to continue to do certain type of work, right? So, some people have put in enough work. Like, for example, I think that my mother, if my mother was to transition, y'all know I believe, knock on wood, okay? Knock on wood, step on a crack, break your mama back, all that shit. I believe in all that, okay? When I'm saying that, I'm believing all that, okay? I don't believe in step on a crack, break your mama back. Take that back, okay? I'll take that back. I'll take that back. I'll take that back. I'll take that back. But I used to believe in that shit, okay? So I never used to step on cracks. And intentionally now, when I'm walking, I don't be trying to step on no damn crack, okay? But that means I'm paying attention to the way I'm walking. So words are spells, though, okay? So I believe that if my mother was to transition, I believe that she would go with the gods and with Jesus and stuff. Because where you pray is where you have your devotion is where you go. So if you're doing ancestral veneration, you're gonna go with the ancestors. Okay? I do ancestral veneration, but I do more deity work and praying than I do ancestral veneration. That sound crazy, but I know when to honor my ancestors, and I do that. I just did a whole elaborate ritual for 2 weeks of honoring my ancestors because it was time to honor the ancestors because the veil was very thin. Okay, just like the veil is about to get thin the beginning of November as well too. It's thinning out right now, baby, but it's gonna get thin the beginning of November. So I'm gonna be doing ancestral work then, but I'm also gonna be honoring my Lakshmi. Okay. So I believe that if my mother was to transition, she would go with Jesus. Okay, she going with Jesus. Jesus coming right to pick her up. Okay, then she gonna be singing in heaven with Jesus and his angels and his whole team up there. Okay, I believe that. I don't believe that she's going with the ancestors because I can't get my mama to do ancestral veneration to save her whole life. She's like, girl, I'm about to pray to Jesus. Okay, I'm about to pray to Jesus. So where you pray to is where you go. So anyway, so angel light calls in ancestors and spirit guides and angels. All right, ancestors, angels, and spirit guides. 3 different things. They call in that. Black tourmaline and gold tourmaline is like somebody trying to send you a message. Having these type of protective stones with your dowser rods or with your pendulum, having these type of protective stones, you know, after you do a reading or when they're not in use, okay, I put them right into the bag. These are my other dowser rods, but I'm not gonna pull them out. But I put these boys right into the bag. Okay, I drop my stones up in there. Okay, and the angel light too, and close it up, and I put it on my altar. Okay, if I don't put it on my altar, these stones are enough. I'm gonna put them in a safe space. Okay, I'm gonna put them in a safe space. Now this set of dowser rods, if I don't have my case, how often are you supposed to venerate? Some people venerate every weekend, you know, every Sunday, every Monday. There's no set time on how often you're supposed to venerate. You just supposed to venerate. Okay, you just supposed to do it. You can just randomly, even after this live, I'm gonna burn ancestor money. Okay, that's veneration in itself. So you just show up to do it. But there are certain times of a year based off the spiritual practice that I have. There are certain times of a year that you venerate where, you know, God is saying, I created the original ancestors. You need to honor them because you come for these original ancestors, okay? Come from these original ancestors. So you need to honor them. So there are certain times of the year. And I'll look them up. I'll look them up for the tantric pantheon. This does not apply to everybody. This doesn't apply to everybody. This is if you're you can look them up. You know, great Google, girl. Great Google. When do you venerate your ancestors in Hinduism or in Tantra? Tantra. Okay. When do you venerate your ancestors? All right. And if you're into like Mandurga and you have a devotion to Mandurga, Ma Lakshmi, Saraswati, Lord Shiva, Lord Ganesh, Lord Vishnu, or Lord Krishna, there are certain times of a year that you venerate your ancestors. And it's not all year. You have an altar for them. You have an altar for them. You keep the altar clean. You burn incense on certain days, like Sunday or Thursday. You change their water out, you know, every day, every other day, every so often. If your ancestors, so I talk to my ancestors, right? I talk to my ancestors, so I give them coffee. Like today, I'm gonna give them coffee. I'm gonna give them coffee, okay, as a treat. I will pour them out some liquor. This is just like things that I put into my spiritual practice, my own spiritual practice. I don't have a, my guru is Mandurga, is Kali Man. You get what I'm saying? Sunday or Thursday, I have 2 altars in the room. It's too small. I have 2 altars in this room. It's too small. No, it's not. It's not. It's so that you can be closer to the altars. I'm still managing. So I'm saying it's too small. It's big. This is the altar. It's big in there. Okay. So oh, let me take the stones out of here. Actually, I'm gonna leave the gold tourmaline in there. Okay. And the angel light. Y'all don't need to see him no more, okay? Y'all, okay? Well, you know what I'm saying. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Don't say it. So, so the other thing too is, oh, yes, I am going to take it out. The gold tourmaline is Jupiter's energy. Okay, it's Jupiter's energy. So this is all about communication and expansion. And Jupiter, the planet of Jupiter, is very close to the ancestor realm. Okay, it's very close to the spirit realm, to the ancestor realms. Okay, we're always traveling or whatnot. So this is a conductor. This is something that I believe that Dowserites need. Okay, I believe that they need tourmaline. They need tourmaline. Okay, so all right. The spiritual code when it comes to dealing with Dowserites is only wisdom flows and only light speaks. Okay, that's with all of your divination tools. Only wisdom flows and only light speaks. Okay, and that's up to y'all. If y'all want to be channeling the dark energy, that's between y'all and y'all guys. Don't say nothing when they hijack your shit. Okay, don't say nothing. All right. Y'all see me kiss my Dowserites? Like, that's like me giving my spirit guides a hug and a kiss. This is like me showing affection to my Dowserites. Like, I really love my Dowserites, y'all. I really love them, and they love me back. Okay, they do love me back. All right. So and that's just me connecting with them. All right, that's me connecting with them. So when you place black and gold tourmaline with your rods, you create something called a triphase alignment. Okay, a triphase alignment. So if you look at this black and gold tourmaline, right, you might see, I hope y'all can see it, you might see specks of red in there as well. I don't know why, but there are specks of red and gold and black tourmaline. So this is grounding and safety, higher light and guidance, and translator and channel. Okay, translator and channel. It means that your answers, the answers do not just swing yes and no. Okay, when you call this energy into your Dowserites. Now, I want to show y'all some things that you could do to cleanse your Dowserites, right? The very thing that Dowserites absolutely need when you first get them is sage. They absolutely need sage. Okay, these are made in some type of factory. They're made in some type of factory. Somebody made these in a factory where there is a lot of energy, and they were checked to ensure quality purposes. Okay, to make sure that they're quality insurance. So they were checked. So this means that you know, that somebody swung these Dowserites. Now, Dowserites is used to see where water is flowing, where communication is under the ground. Okay, where communication is under the ground. So yeah, you have to cleanse these. Now, one thing that they do need is they need smoke and they need fire. They need smoke and they need fire. So I'm going to take a candle, right? I'm going to take a candle. I'm going to either take a purple candle or a white candle. And I am going to light a purple or a white candle. Y'all know I have no problem with me putting this candle on my desk. Okay, I have no problem with me putting this candle on my desk. Y'all see my little white cloth? This is why I don't be using the white cloth all the time either, because I'm like, it gets dirty very quick. Okay, so I have my dowser rods, and I am going to light them under the fire. I'm not holding it. I'm really just like moving the energy through the dowser rods. Okay, I'm moving the energy through the dowser rods. I'm going to, now one of my dowser rods is actually broken, okay, but it's not broken. They still work very properly, okay. So I'm going to even get the handles, okay. I'm going to even get the handles, and I'm just giving them a nice little smoky smoke fire bath, okay. I'm a fire sign, so y'all gonna see me do a lot of stuff with fire magic. It's just me. I don't know. It's just me, okay. And nobody taught me this. Nobody taught me this, but my spirit team. My spirit team told me this, okay? And this is what I did, right? So now there, okay, so then we have incense. You use incense for smoking them, okay, for smudging them. My dowser rods love incense, y'all. When I be holding them on, that's this, y'all don't see this part, but this is what they be doing. They be swinging. They be like, yes, yes, yes. Okay, you're gonna get that in there. All right. Now this is after you have saged them for the, you know, for the first time, or if you're using them on the collective. Every time you use these on the collective, you sage them. Every time. If you're going to be using dowser rods or pendulums or anything like that on a collective, things that use that you didn't learn using tarot cards, you're getting messages literally through your crown chakra, y'all. You're getting messages through your crown chakra through a portal. So you want to sage them. Okay? If not, your tools get hijacked. Period. They get hijacked. They do. Can't nobody tell me that they don't. They do. All right. And I'm going to show y'all what hijacked tools look like. Okay. Another, but I want to cleanse these first. Let me ask my dowser rods real quick. Okay. I had a question. They like, yes, finish cleansing us. Okay. So another thing that I would use is, if I wanted to keep it very simple, I would use olive oil. Okay. I'm going to use olive oil. And I will use, I'm not about to open up none of these because these ain't mine. I will use rue water. Rue is good. Hyssop. Okay. Hyssop. You can also use Colonial 1800. Okay. You can use, I did Florida water already. Okay. These are things that you're going to cleanse them with. Okay. And you just want to like wash the energy off. So you're going this way on your dowser rods. Okay. You're cleansing the energy. And remember, this candle is still burning. Okay. So, you know, do it how you need to. Cleanse the energy. Okay. All right. And if you notice, I have not put anything back into the dowser rods yet. I'm just removing all of the spiritual gunk that they picked up from everything before. Okay. How often do you cleanse your dowser rods? Every time you use them. Every time you use them. Okay. You don't have to go this deep into the cleansing. Even something as simple as just like putting blessed oil on them, right? Or using Florida water. Or if you have, I have a divination oil. I have a divination oil that you can clean and activate your tools with. I'm going to send that oil when I send y'all stuff this weekend. I'm sending it. I'm sending it. Okay? I'm sending it. I'm sending it. I'm sending it. I'm sending it this weekend. Everybody is going to get their package sometime next week, probably. because I'm going to the post office to send it. If not the post office, I'm going to send it through FedEx, but I'm doing the most affordable, okay? Everybody is getting their package this week, okay? So I'm in it. The oil that's in there is to cleanse your divination tools, okay? And it's, I mean, I'm gonna label it, okay? I guess some other stuff. I'm sending it, okay? So you can use this on the pendulum. You can use this on this oil to cleanse your pendulum. Okay, let me cleanse the pendulum as well too. Okay, so I will put the pendulum in the fire. I knew this pendulum is, they like, yes, cleanse it, even though it's not dirty because I haven't used it on anything, but this boy is like, and it's swinging clockwise, so it's telling me, you know, I just want to be in the show, okay? I want to be in the show, okay? Amethyst want to be in the show, okay? And then if you're using like a necklace or something, okay, baby, they just want to be in the show too. My ears just started ringing as soon as I picked this up. This is Shanghai, y'all, that is on Carper, okay? So, cleansing it with some fire. It's swinging counterclockwise, so I know that it's cleansed, okay? I know that it's cleansed. Interesting. And I'm sorry, I'm actually saying something in my head too. So I speak a lot in my head with these particular type of tools because you use your crown. So and I'm saying I'm sorry because I wasn't saying it out loud. So I would say, dear divine, please bless and charge me with the energy to bring a balance to my complete being, physically, emotionally, mentally. Look, that boy is going crazy. Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, everything that is above is below. Please block out any interruptions, any deceptions, and please help me to channel. Please allow me, not help me. Please allow me, help me, but allow me to channel my height. And the candle just started flickering. My highest vibrational spirit team that is in alignment for me to do this work. Okay. And then we're going to use this stone as well. I want to cleanse the energy. Thank you so much. All right, center. Still. Okay. So it's being still now. All right, you can spin. You can spin and cleanse. Thank you so much, Spirit. Okay. And if y'all see, my hand ain't moved. My hand ain't moved. So these are my tools. They're under my command. Okay. And I'm not saying in no malicious type of way, like, oh, I'm just going to command spirit to do what I say, but they're under my command. These are my tools. That means that my tools have not been hijacked, okay? They're not going to keep spinning and moving and doing all that stuff after I say be still for a minute, okay? They're not going to do that to me. They're not going to come on this live and embarrass me like that, okay? And plus, my tools know that we have a bond, okay? So I'm just getting some more olive oil on my hands. Okay, and I cleanse my stones that are with my tools as well. I put olive oil on them. Okay, and I connect with them. All right. Divine, please use these stones to charge. I charge my tourmalines up in the new moon. I don't know when you're really supposed to charge them, but my tourmalines, they're dark energy. Not dark energy, but they get a lot of dark energy. So banishing happens in a new moon and manifestation happens in a full moon. So I use the new moon and the moon cycle after the new moon, which is what a waning moon. I use that afterwards. I think it's a waning moon. Whichever moon cycle is after the new moon, I let it go through that whole process before it becomes a waxing moon, okay? And put these outside, okay? And I take them out, put them in, take them out, put them in. I'll put my dowser rods and some grass to ground them. If I feel like I treat them like they are human. My spirit guides have talked to me and told me that they used to be on this earthly round. Maybe not when I was here, but they have been here. So they want to go outside. Dowser rods love being outside, okay? If your dowser rods aren't vibing with you, or they're not doing how you need them to do, let them be outside for a while. Okay, let them be outside, because they might need a breather from your ass. Okay, they might need a breather. Okay, set you up a little space outside and get them outside. You don't have to stay outside with them. You can set them outside on the back porch, in the grass. Who gonna mess with them? Like, somebody mess with them, then they were supposed to be messed with. Okay, you never know. They might be out there talking to the animals and stuff like that. So just with that. Now, I'm going to show you guys something that, you know, something that I do use on my tools, right? And this will also, this is something, something that I do use on my tools, right? Is a commanding oil. Okay, it's a commanding oil. All right. So this commanding oil, I'm going to take a little bit. All right. I'm going to take a little bit on both of my pointer fingers. Okay. It's red. It's red. Okay. Red is for action. And I am going to rub that on my dowser rods. Okay. I'm going to rub that on my dowser rods. All right. I put commanding oil on my dowser rods. Okay. All right, so that they'll kind of listen to me. They do listen to me. All right, so I use commanding oil. I will put that on something that I'm going to use as a pendulum. Okay, or I will put it on my pendulum. I only do this like once, or I don't do this every day. I don't do this every day. I do this when I do a deep cleansing on my tools. I don't do this every day. The simplest thing that I do with my dowser rods is put it over a flame. If I have a candle going, which I usually always have a candle going, put them over a candle. I put them in smoke. Every time y'all see me use them on y'all, I put them in smoke. I put them in smoke. Okay, and then I'll put them in smoke, and I wouldn't put them in a case, and I'll leave them wherever they need be. They wanted to be over here, so I put them over here. They wanted to be over here with the apples and Cali and whatnot, right? I need to take these flowers down too, because they dead. I need to take them flowers down. It's okay. I got Lord Shiva over there. Lord Shiva is with the dead thing, so it's okay. It's standing right guard with the cremation ground, so it's okay. I see it now. I'm gonna clear it out. I also have some bananas that I put over there that I ain't want to just waste. I'm gonna put those outside. Okay. So yeah. So, you know, like, somebody would come on here and probably judge me for having these flowers that's dying. They're not all the way dead, but they dying. I might just actually take these petals. Thank you so much, Spirit. I got it. I got it. I got the answer. All right. So, how do you know that your spiritual tools are if they're hijacked, or if they simply just refusing to work with you because you haven't built up a strong relationship? They don't know if they can trust you, not to divination abuse with them, or if they're just actually hijacked with a spirit, okay, with some type of spirit. We're going to use dowser rods, okay? We're going to use dowser rods. All right. Thank you so much, Spirit. All right. Do I have permission to douse? Do I have permission to douse? Yes. Okay. Hi, they're gonna hug me. They're loving this. Okay, they're loving this. Okay, back to center. Back to center. Thank you. All right. Can you show me signs of hijacked dowser rods? So the minute, wait. The minute that you put your dowser rods in your hand, you want to say a prayer. If you're going live and you're going to start using dowser rods live, on your collective, right? You want to get confirmation. You didn't did something. You know, somebody asking for confirmation on something, or you're doing live yes or no questions. Okay, you're offering this to your clients and you saying, hey, we're gonna do live yes or no questions, right? And and people do this. I've seen people do live yes or no questions with the Thousand Rods, and people come in, they ask questions like, hey, I have a question, you know, does T love me? Okay, and then it's like yes, and then you go on to the next question. I seen people do that. Okay, and it's just like yes or no questions. You just have to trust that answer. All right, you just have to trust that answer. But I want to show y'all something about hijack divination tools with the tarot cards. Let me stick with these, and I'll go back to the tarot cards. Okay. So can you show me signs of hijack dowser rods? Oh, okay. When dowser rods swing like this, and they, oh my goodness. Okay, woo. Okay, okay. All right, they think that's funny too. When they swing like that, y'all, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. When they swing like this, and somebody, oh my goodness, and somebody is doing, okay. All right, back to center. Back to center. Thank you. So, look, they think that that's funny. They think that's funny, okay? They think that's funny. Thank you so much, Divine. Okay, they're going to hug me. But that was just crazy, and I can feel them. This one right here wants to go crazy. Like they've been waiting on this for a long time. They've been waiting to do this for a long time. They just want to do this, okay? All right, back to center. Back to center. Okay? Back to center. Back to center. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So when your dowser rods are acting like that, your dowser rods are showing signs that there is a low vibrational entity attached to your divination tools. It could also be inside of your house as well too. Okay? These are, can you show me? Thank you so much, Divine. Now, if your dowser rods are doing that and you're trying to ask questions, you need to recalibrate your dowser rods. You need to take some more time. You need to cleanse them. You need to, you know, hit them with the fire. You know, hit them with the fire. Hit them with the water. Now, another thing that I do to know what my dowser rods like. Okay, thank you so much, Divine. Thank you so much. Can you point? Thank you so much. Can you point to the things that you like me to cleanse you with? Can you point me to the things that you would like for me to cleanse you with? So the first thing that they're pointing at is my throat chakra. They're pointing at my throat chakra. So they like me to cleanse them with prayer. They like me to cleanse them with prayer, with things that I'm going to say. They want me to pray over them. Yes. Yes. Every time I pick them up, that's the very first thing they want me to do is pray over them. They don't want me to jump into just abusing them, like spiritually, and using them. They don't want that. Can you point to other things, another thing that you like me to cleanse them with? They're pointing, y'all see this one right here? They're pointing to the Florida water. Okay, and you can't see what's on my desk, but they're pointing to the open bottle of Florida water. Okay. All right, back to center. Thank you so much. And you always say back to center. In between the questions, you always go back to the beginning. You always go back to center. You always go back to center. Don't just go energy to energy, energy, and words for word, for word, for word, for word. Like, oh, can you show me this? All right, and can you show me what else? And can you show me this? Okay, don't do that. All right, back to center. Thank you so much. I was just saying that as an example. Can you show me what else you like to be cleansed with? So they're actually pointing at two different things. All right, they're pointing at the oils, and then the oils, this one is pointing at the oils that I just used. So I have protection oil, I have protection oil, I have commander oil, I have open roll oil right here, and then I have Van oil. Okay, But these are my dowser rods. This is what I have on deck. If you don't have these things on deck, your spirit guides is going to help you use what is necessary, okay? And then also another thing too, when you're talking freely like that, put the dowser rods down. Put the dowser rods down. Y'all see me put the dowser rods down quite a lot. I don't keep them in my hand consistently. Like, I put them down because I'm using my intuition, and as I'm talking, they talking, and y'all spirit guys, and you know, the person's spirit guys or whatnot, they're talking as well too. Okay, thank you so much, spirit. All right, stay in focus. All right. So, I mean, if it's necessary, put them down for a minute, right? Okay. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you like me to cleanse with? Okay. So I'm seeing rose water, and they're also pointing at, what is that? Sage. Okay, they're also pointing at sage. And they like to be in, like, they like being on the altar. Is that what I got? Okay, they like being on the altar. Thank you so much. They like being, you know, set up with where you're honoring. Thank you so much. Back to center. Okay. Yeah, they're pointing at the rose water. They pointed at the rose water. Okay, thank you so much. Is there anything else? Okay, and they're also, y'all see this one pointing? It's pointing at all of my stones. It's saying all of that right there. I have stones all right here. It's saying all of that right there. Like, and I hear this. It's swinging over there, and it's like all of that right there. All of that. All of that. I like all of that. I can hear the spirit on this side. I can hear my spirit guide on this side in his voice saying all of that. All right. Is there anything else? They're pointing outside. Okay. They're pointing outside. Are you pointing outside? Thank you. And they're going to hug me. Yes, they like to go outside with you. Okay. My rides are like the highlight on my altar. Look, and they're like, yes, yes. And that's what they like. They like that. You know, they like that. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit. So, is it important? Thank you so much. And say thank you. I am very respectful of my spirit team, y'all. And I talk crazy to my spirit team. My spirit team talk crazy back to me. Okay, they be putting me in check, and I be putting them in check too. Like, you know, and sometimes they say, you know what, as an advisor, we didn't think you would be able to handle that. And I'm like, why wouldn't y'all think I'll be able to handle that? Okay, like, why wouldn't y'all tell me something like that? Like, I had a whole falling out with my spirit team when my son passed away. I had a whole falling out. My ears just started ringing. I had a whole falling out with my spirit team when my son passed away, because they felt like the little previews that they was giving me was enough. But I'm like, y'all should have wrapped that up. Y'all should have wrapped that up correctly. Like, it was like, but you know, you wasn't really trying to, you was projecting, and the messages that we was giving you, you was moving around them. You think it is this and this and da 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 da. So we just left it alone, and we was like, she just got to go through this. And that's what an advisor. Sometimes the advisor would take. They'd take their little fan, y'all. They'll take their little fan and be like, when I get to going off on them and stuff, my spirit got to be like, let me not even say nothing. She on fire. Let me not even say nothing. Let her do what she doing. Okay. Oh man. Thank you so much. 150 million. Yes. All right. Now, when it comes to dowser rods, y'all, those are pretty. What's pretty? These are pretty. So when it comes to dowser rods, right? They work with you. They work with you if you channel the right energy in them. Those are pretty. They're for you. Okay? So, okay. I was about to scratch it. So with the dowser rods, we build from heaven to earth. Okay? That's what we're supposed to do. We build from heaven to earth. Because like I said, the messages are coming through your crown chakra. So this is energy above you, like your other chakras, communicating down to earth. Like earth to Alexis, this is the message. Okay, that's how you hear it. Now, all right. You can use your dowser rods to remove stagnant energy, to do Reiki on yourself, to do Reiki on others at a distance. You can use pendulums to do energy cleansings. Okay, so when it comes to like a pendulum or whatnot, thank you so much. You don't need to hold the pendulum above your head. I was actually about to ask a question, but I'll do that later. So a pendulum, right? So with a pendulum, I've seen people say use your non-dominant hand or use your dominant hand. You know, it's whatever your spirit guides want you to do. Okay, I'm gonna use my dominant hand because I can hold this one steadier. Okay, my non-dominant hand, I can hold it steady too. All right, let's use the non-dominant hand. Let's teach people how the internet teach you. Okay, thank you so much. All right, thank you so much. Do I have permission to divine? Thank you. Wait. Before I do that, before I jump to the pendulum. All right. So when y'all see me with these dowser rods, right? Thank you so much. I was about to skip a whole step, huh? Yes. All right, back to center. Thank you so much. All right, when y'all see me with these dowser rods, right? I have a connection with my dowser rods, and I have asked my dowser rods. I might not even get to the pendulum today because this is a long live, and I really want. It's the same thing, okay? They're telling me it's okay. All right, back to center. Okay. All right. So I have a connection with my spirit team. All right. Thank you so much. Am I dowsing with Ben? No. Okay. Thank you so much. Back to center. Am I dowsing with Sakai? Yes. All right. That's great. Thank you so much. Back to center. I got a question. Let me ask it in my head. Right? Hey, son. Okay. Yes. Okay. This is our baby. Okay. So I had to ask, was it any other spirit guides here? I did ask that, and he just clicked and told me no. Okay. And he's pointing at his picture. Okay, back to center. Thank you so much. Okay, all right. I knew it because I only could hear him. Okay, I only could hear him. Ben is my spirit guide that let Sakai take the front seat, take the driver's seat. Okay, after he had to go get his initiation into helping me, and for me to trust that this is it. All right, so I'm calling him by his name. I'm calling him by his name. Sakai, can you show me a yes answer? All right, yes. Back to center. Thank you so much. Sakai, can you show me a no answer? Okay, no. Okay, can you show me another no answer? Okay, that's a no. All right, back to center. And if you see my hands are not moving, I'm not turning these or anything like that. Okay, there's no manipulation that's happening here. Okay, and I'm just gonna ask that you only answer, Sakai, only answer the questions that I'm asking out loud. Okay, only answer the questions that I'm asking out loud. 713, y'all. That's my angel number up there. 713. All right. So, can you show me what a maybe looks like? A possibility, a possibility. They open up like this. Okay. Back to center. Thank you so much. Okay. Only the questions that's now. The questions are coming to me in my mind that Spirit wants me to show y'all that y'all should be. Look, he like, yes, this is what I'm saying. So he is going to confirm some things that I'm saying. Like, Spirit, these are questions that you only need to ask your dog. Okay. So, all right, back to center. Thank you so much. Okay. So, can you show me what acts a different way looks like? Like what acts a different way look like? Like this. So one crosses in the front in that way. And these you have to remember what your dowser rods say when you're asking these questions. Because some of y'all yeses can look like my nose. It's not universal for what the yeses and the answers is, okay? But they don't change from person to person to person to person, meaning like if I do a reading for myself, my yeses is gonna look like no's, and then I flip around and I do a reading for somebody else and the yeses look like what I'm telling you. No. And this also includes my set of dowser rods too, okay? Get this energy out of here, all the way out here. Please get this energy all the way out of here. Not this energy. It's something that is channeling down to me, like something trying to hijack my frequency I'm on right now. Okay. So yeah. So this does not vary. These yes or no questions, you cannot, like, you can't second guess your, like, trying to trick them and ask them the same question a different way and they already told you no. Your dowser rods they'll start doing the most. They'll start doing that. They'll start, like, I already answered the question. Okay, even if it's your spirit, like, this is not, you cannot do that with spirit. They'll start saying circuit blown. Okay, so you have to understand that the key isn't just like getting an answer, is actually like trusting your spirit guide, like trusting your spirit guide. And that is a good way for your, that's a good way for your tools to get hijacked, is by not trusting them. That's the easiest way to get your tools snatched. Okay, your cards, your pendulum, your dowser rods, by trying to play games like, okay, let me ask a question that I know is a no to. Is my favorite color, is my favorite color orange? No. No, 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 no. Is my favorite color purple? Not your favorite color, but is my favorite color purple? No. Okay? It's not purple. Is my favorite color red and blue mixed together? They're gonna come and they're gonna swing me like, are you serious? Red and blue mixed together makes purple. You get what I'm saying? Like, they show you, they will put their hands on your, and that's a way that my spirit guides connect with me, by putting their hands, these are their hands, okay? They reach out and they touch me. They put their hands on my shoulders. They put their hands at my neck. Can you tell me, can you show me how you tell me to shut up sometimes? They cross at my neck like this. Like, this is how they tell me to shut up sometimes. Okay, like, be quiet. All right? And I trust my dowserize when they say something like that, like, be quiet. Another way is they will tap on my neck, like, balance your throat chakra, like, clear that energy out of here, okay? Now, can you show me how to use the dowserize to, on myself, can you, yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. Can you show me how to clear my crown chakra? How can I clear my crown chakra? I'm going to put them above my head, and I'm just going to let them rest in this X. I'm going to envision a purple light above me, a blue light above that, and then a white light. So it's like fading from purple to blue to a white light. And thank you so much, Spirit. Whenever the energy is cleansed and clear, can you just give me a sign? Can you align? Can you open up whenever the energy is cleansed and clear? Whatever is afflicting my crown, please remove it and cleanse it. Whomever energy is trying to afflict my crown, confuse my message from the divine, can you just cleanse that energy? Thank you so much. And I'm just taking my time. I can feel the energy. I have my eyes closed, but I can feel the energy flowing through my left hand. And whenever it is clear, can you swing to a yes to tell me that it's clear and it's centered and it's grounded? Thank you so much. And that's it. And that's it. I could do it at my throat. I could do it at my third eye. Okay? And sometimes you don't need to align each of your... You can use a pendulum with this as well. Sometimes you don't need to align each one of your chakras every day. Sometimes you just need a little tuning up. Look, they're telling me my throat chakra. I should do my throat chakra. Okay? So can you cleanse the energy in my throat chakra? Thank you so much. And clear anything that is afflicting. My throat chakra. Okay, and they're giving me a message as well too, like what you just said. I got a message. I got a message for you, and I'm gonna call you later and tell you the message. Thank you so much, Spirit. I'm gonna tell you the message too. I just sent my son words of endearment and told him I couldn't wait to see him on his birthday. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Happy birthday. Birthday. That's beautiful. I got a message for you too. Thank you so much. Give me 1 second. I need to write this down. And that's how spirit works. That's how spirit works too. Okay. All right, thank you so much. Is that message for Amazing Grace? All right, thank you so much. Okay. So okay. It has to do with the throat chakra. Thank you so much. All right. All right. So thank you so much. Back to center. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. And the dowser rods? Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. Back to center. Okay. So you can go over your, thank you so much, Clear. Thank you so much. Does my throat chakra, get back to center. Back to center. Thank you so much. Does my throat chakra need attunement? They're going to tell me yes. Okay. Yes. All right. Back to center. Thank you so much. Does my heart chakra need attunement? No. I can believe that. Okay. Does my third eye need attunement? Does my third eye need an attunement? No. Does my sacral chakra need attunement? No. Does my solar plex need an attunement? They're saying no. Does my root chakra, thank you so much, back to center. Does my root chakra need an attunement? Yes. Okay. So I'm not on live, but when I get off of here, look, yes. When I get off of here, I'm going to, is my crown clear? Is my crown clear? Thank you. All right. Thank you so much. And this is how you connect with your dowser rods. Okay. This is how you connect with your dowser rods. I just heard a beeping too. So I'm going to do my throat chakra. I'm going to do my root chakra. So my throat and my root personally. If I was doing it for my clients, I would go over their body as well too. Now, if I'm doing like distant Reiki or I'm doing a healing session for somebody that I'm not in front of, what I use is I use like I would use like a bear, like a teddy bear, if depending on who it is. If it's a man, I'm using a teddy bear. If it's a woman, I'm going to use like a doll, a baby doll. Okay. And I would say this is the person, and I would do it over their chakras. I envision that person there. Sometimes I ask them to send me a picture so I can know what they look like. If y'all don't want me to see who y'all are, y'all don't want me as a healer to know who exactly is booking with me, I don't deal with that. I don't do that. I don't record readings and send them off. I need to see your energy. Okay. I can look at a picture and tell you I can look at a profile picture and tell you if the energy is, if there's a spirit in the picture. If there's a spirit in the picture. Okay. So, that's that with that. Same thing with pendulums. Thank you so much, Spirit. Okay. So with pendulums, of course, they can't swing side to side like yes, no, like the dowser rods are crossing and doing that stuff. So with a pendulum, you want to use your middle and your ring finger. Your middle and your thumb. All right. You want to use your middle and your thumb, or, I don't know. Some people use it like this. That's on them. All right. But I would use these. Okay. If I'm really like being politically correct, okay, use it like this. But it's not gonna change. I know these types of fingers. This is your Saturn finger anyway. Okay. I don't know what your what your middle finger is. I don't know which one that is. It seems like it's more of a Mars energy. It really gives Mars energy as a middle finger, but I don't know. Okay, I know that the pointer finger is the Saturn finger. So anyway, so can you, thank you so much, Spirit. Do I have permission to divine? Do I have permission to divine? Okay, so this is a yes for me. Back and forth, this is a yes. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much. Can you show me a yes answer? Can you show me a yes answer? Okay, and if y'all look up here, y'all see that you welcome, you welcome. You see that my hands are not moving. Okay, you see my hands are not moving. Thank you so much, Spirit. Can you show me a strong yes? Okay. Now, they might try to move if my hands, I feel the energy pulling right here. I feel the energy coming through my finger. Okay, up my wrist and through my finger. I could feel the energy pulling from my muscle right here too. Okay, so can you show me a strong yes? All right, thank you so much. Back to center. And you just want to wait for it to stop. Okay, can you show me a strong no? Can you show me a strong no? Okay, so you can see that it's going back and forth like a rock. Okay, if this spiritual tool, if a pendulum or a divine tool, I'm gonna hold my elbow because I feel like it feels heavy here. Like it feels heavy. Okay, but I guess whatever. All right. Can you show me if a pendulum is hijacked, what it looks like? Okay, and it's just going wild. It's going all types of different types of ways. Okay, at first it was swinging counterclockwise, now it's swinging clockwise, now it's doing all of that. You get what I'm saying? Okay, thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much. So if I was using a pendulum, the pendulum is on a lighter chain. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit. Can you show me what a yes answer looks like? So this one you can see it better. Okay, this is a yes answer. Thank you so much, Spirit. Okay, back to center. Can you show me what a no answer looks like? Okay, and it's just doing that movement. Thank you so much, Spirit. If the pendulum was hijacked by a spirit, what would it look like? I could feel, look, I'm making a little face like this. I could feel the energy like shifting, not knowing what it needs to do. It's giving that type of feeling, okay? So that's what that looks like that. This is also a lighter chain too. I can really just use this like this, okay? All right, thank you so much, Spirit. Can you show me what a yes answer looks like? Can you show me what a yes answer looks like? So again, with the pendulum, with the chain, with the cellulite, it's still going to give me that yes or no. Cellulite really moves, okay? Cellulite really moves. This is a spiritual sword. Thank you so much, Spirit. Back to center. Thank you so much. Can you show me what a no answer looks like? Can you show me what a no answer looks like? All right, so this is like kind of what a no answer looks like. Thank you so much. Not kind of, but this is what a no answer looks like. Thank you so much. Back to center. Back to center. Can you show me what a hijacked spiritual amulet looks like? What a hijacked spiritual amulet looks like? So it's trying to go counterclockwise, but it's definitely spinning in like a circle. And I could feel it wanting to go the other way as well too. Like I could feel it like wanting to go the other way. It's going to twist and turn. Okay. And I'm not moving my hand or anything like that. Thank you so much. Back to center. Thank you so much, Spirit. And y'all hear me say thank you so much, Spirit, right? Even though I know that I'm dowsing with Sakai, I still say Spirit. Because Sakai is a name that I gave him as my son, okay? That means the world. But my baby has gained other names, like other names. Like he has his spirit name. He has, and that's something that like I haven't asked him about it because I haven't asked him about it, but I know that this is Sakai from the beginning. He told me this is Sakai. But I seen him other ways. I seen him in his other lives. I don't. I'm not gonna say that, but I don't believe that. Like I'm gonna get my son back, but I ain't gonna get my son back right now. I don't think I'm gonna get him back right now. We have a lot of work to do, and he didn't have any kids, and his brothers don't have any kids, so I'm not gonna have any more kids. So I have to. This have to be my kid in the spirit realm. So I'm saying spirit because when he came back all big and bold and initiated and no sickness, no nothing like that. That's what I got. So and that's just how I've been trained to address spirit. It's by spirit, by the name spirit. Okay. And I say thank you and I say all of that. I don't say thank you after I'm done with everything. I say thank you while I'm in the process. Thank you so much, spirit. Thank you so much. You know. So I think that's like pretty much it. Thank you so much. Okay. So I showed y'all with tarot cards. And let me tell y'all something about like mixing decks, right? Mixing decks. When you mix a deck, you have to like make sure that you're cleansing this deck. These are two different decks. This is a artist. Okay, she's an artist. She also does like tarot readings, but I had her cards for a while. I don't know if she still does tarot readings. I don't watch her readings either. Okay, I like the cards. But you have to make sure that you're cleansing the decks and after you use them each time because the energy is all mixed up. It's between tarot and oracles and stuff like that. So you have to make sure, and that's how you get the most abundance out of your decks of cards. It's nothing wrong with mixing a deck or creating a deck or anything like that. Hey girl, hey Keish. If this is the Keisha, I think it is. I think this is the Keisha. I think it is. Okay. Hey girl, long time no see. Okay. So yeah, you can mix your decks and stuff. You just want to make sure that you're cleansing them. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. You got to cleanse all decks. Okay. You are the messenger. Speak your truth. Okay. So that's that on that. I think I went over everything that it is. Okay, girl. Okay. Okay. I'm actually about to wrap this up. So I miss you though. I miss you. It's crazy. That's so crazy. I think it was like maybe like a week or two ago that I sent you a friend request on one of them social medias or something because you came up. I was like, oh, that's my girl. Okay. On one of them social medias. I don't know which one it was. I hit the follow. Look. But long time no see, okay? I have a Gemini talking to me right now as you come on. Little Gemini talking, running his mouth and stuff, okay? So yeah, so it's my cat. So yeah, so make sure that y'all properly cleansing y'all tools and y'all are getting to know y'all tools, okay? Because the more you get to know them, the more that you work with them, the better they work for you. Don't just go and try to put them into work and start divining for people and like shit, I got some dowser rods. I'm about to start reading. I'm about to start doing the dowser rods because Alexis got dowser rods, Intuitive Mom have dowser rods, and they work for her, and this is how they go, and da 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 da. So that's it. Your dowser rods do not tell you what you want to know. They tell you what you need to know. Low vibrational spirits tell you what you want to know, and they're gonna give you false positives and tell you that you're pregnant and you're not pregnant. Okay, like don't try to trick the energy either. Like I don't answer certain questions with my dowser rods. Am I gonna get pregnant? that is such a broad question. You can get pregnant with an idea. You can get pregnant with an idea, a new business, a new you know, pregnancy is something that you carry for a certain amount of time before you give birth to it. So you can get pregnant with a lot of things, especially the way my mind works. So don't ask me no broad ass question like that and expect me to give you a yes or no question, because spirit is going to tell me something like, all right, yeah, I know that my tubes are tied, right? I have my tubes tied. Yes. Okay, right. Am I gonna get pregnant? Am I gonna get pregnant? Spirit gonna tell me yeah, and I'm gonna be like, how? How am I getting pregnant? You know, and then spirit, am I getting pregnant with a new idea? I actually just had a new idea pop up as I was using the dowser rods. Okay. Yes. Yes, I do. I'm gonna get pregnant with a dowser rod. I mean with a dowser rod. I'm not getting pregnant with a dowser rod. I'm gonna get pregnant with a new idea. Thank you so much, spirit. Am I going to get pregnant with a baby? Am I going to give birth to a baby? Like an actual physical baby. You know what I'm saying? They're telling me no. You know? So just make sure that the questions are clear. Make sure that they're clear. And when they tell you something, you can ask like, okay, let me answer this. Let me answer this. Am I going to hit the lottery? Yes. That don't mean to go play the lottery every day. In the next 1 to 3 months, am I going to hit the lottery? No. So that don't mean I'm not going to play the lottery in the next 1 to 3 months. Yes, okay. I'm still going to gamble a little bit, you know, because I just like buying cars and putting that energy out there. I have to manifest it. I have to put it out there. So I'm going to buy some numbers, but I ain't hitting the lottery, you know. My man might hit the lottery, something like that. He's very lucky. He always hit the lottery. Okay, look at that. They like, yeah. So somebody around me might hit the lottery. You get what I'm saying? I just like gambling. That's like going to the casino, okay? I want to win, but sometimes it don't be lined up for me to win. So at that moment, am I going to hit the lottery ever in this lifetime? Yes. So just, you know, like ask questions that like they're going to work out, right? They're not going to work out, but like just keep it real simple. And also another thing too that was coming up was like, don't ask your dowser rods 20 questions. That's a lot of energy in one sitting. If your dowser rods, you haven't been working with your dowser rods for a significant amount of time. Okay. And then when you get an answer, write down whether they said yes or no. Right? It's okay to put the dowser rods down and then ask another question. You write down yes. Okay, write your questions down. Yes, they say yes to this. Like plan in advance with spirit. Anytime I'm doing a reading for anybody, I be like, these are the questions, you know, like, what do you have questions about? Send those questions into me and let me plan with spirit. I don't take emergency readings too often unless it's an emergency. Sometimes my phone only work on 7 to 10 business days anyway. So unless it's an emergency, and would be an emergency, sometimes spirit be like, I just need them to calm down. Okay. So, and ground. All right. So that's it with that energy. That's it with that energy. Does anybody have any questions? Like, do we have any questions here? And again, I'm going to send out the things this weekend. I'm super excited, y'all. I'm super excited because I'm actually doing it. I don't care. I'm doing it. So, I don't think we have any questions. Y'all, make sure y'all watch the playback on this video. If you have tarot cards, if you have pendulums or dowser rods, make sure you watch the playback. If you have any divination tools. Oh, another thing I want to show that I don't really show a lot, but I'm going to start, right? So let's say you have like shells, stones and stuff like that. Now I have some scrambled pieces in here, right? And I'm gonna shake them up. I also sprayed this down. Okay, I'm gonna spray it down. My stones and stuff, I sprayed it down with Colonia 18. I dropped oil in here. What about wine? Same thing with wine. So the thing is with wines, Wands is for this. Therefore, there you use them to, you don't use them to get a message. You actually use them to cleanse and to direct. Okay. So it's the same thing with the wands when it comes to like cleansing and stuff like that, but you don't use a wand to receive a message. A wand is it's like a sword. It's like a sword. So you need to call in something. You're gonna cast the spell or something like that. So that's how wands work. She said I have Harry Potter wands. Magic. Yeah. So when it comes to like these like little things like this, so you want to just, I shook them up and I'm just going to take a few of these and I'm going to trust what the message, what is the first message? Okay, thank you so much, Divine. What is the message? What's the the ending message for the collective? Like, can you give me, oh, I'm talking about cleansing. Oh yeah, cleansing, smoke, anything that is metal, cleanse it with smoke. Cleanse it with water, like rose water, with salt water. You can use salt water on your dowser rods as well too. I guess that was another reason why they was pointing over there with ashes. You can cleanse them with ashes. I know we want to keep our stuff pretty, but sometimes you might need to concentrate them in ashes. Okay, if you use the wands with your ancestors or with gods and goddesses, ashes. Okay, ashes. Like smoke ashes, your smudge ashes, like save it with them. Okay, so let's get the going away message. All right. So first thing I'm getting is like T. Okay, it's team and T. This is a blank letter. Something about the sea. A lot of vowels here. Something about teams too, like teams. This could be like something on teams. Okay, I'm also getting like sitting through something, sitting with your dowser rod, sitting with your divination tools or something like that. Okay. Something about mason. Okay, remember masons aren't all bad, but mason, something about the masons. I'm getting sit again. I'm getting zit, like a zit on the face, I guess. Okay. Something about the nose. So this could be something right here that needs clearing or whatnot, right? Or like mask, like somebody wearing a mask or dropping a mask or something like that. A seamstress, sewing, something about sewing. Something about knots, like KNOTS, like knots within the spine. Okay, knots within the spine, or your muscles could be tied up, like you could be having muscle spasms or something like that. Like you might need to see somebody about the muscles, or about you might need to go see a seamstress too. Okay, there's something that was ripped or torn or something like that. It could be something about somebody's breast as well. So somebody might need to do heart chakra cleansing. I just heard something like Tammy too. Tammy. Tammie. Something about Tammy. Okay. Size and size. Size and size. This number breaks down to 28. 28 breaks down to 10, breaks down to 1. So, second house, Taurus, 8th house, Scorpio. That's a north and south node. I don't know, flip or reverse it. Y'all can have sun in one of those places. 10, that's Capricorn. 1, that's Aries. Okay? So, stuff like that. Okay? This is how I ask spirit. And then also I got a black heart. Out of all the things that I pulled in there is a black heart. So somebody definitely probably needs to do some heart chakra cleansing. Okay. And I got the little white heart right here. Okay. So this is how I ask spirit to connect with me. And I would use smoke on this box. I have used smoke on this box. And I have another set that I haven't even opened up yet. I have another set that I haven't even opened up yet, but I just got these. And I was like, I keep these in a particular box, but these I'm gonna put them in a bag, and I will use those to connect as well too. What does this go on? I don't know what this goes on. It goes on something. But let me put the top on this oil for sure. Oh, the water. Mia too. I'm seeing the name Mia. M-I-A. Somebody is saying mines. That's mines. You know, there's a spirit guide that's saying Mia is mines, or maybe your spirit guide name is Mia. You can also use these to find out, you know, like if your these divination tools aren't working for you, or you haven't tried them and you have scrambled pieces, you can ask your spirit guide using these, like, what's my, give me a clue, a context clue of what my spirit guide name is, or initial, or something like that. Okay, so I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. That's it. So I love you guys. Is there any other questions? I don't think so. I think we answered everything. And we didn't rush through it. So I think we good. Okay. So if it is, y'all make sure y'all reach out to me. 346-702-4044. All right. I love you guys. And I'm so grateful for y'all sharing y'all energy. Clear cut center. I'm going to leave my dazzle rods right here and these right here and cleanse them. Okay. Just to clean up all of the energy. And I love you guys. And I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a wonderful evening on purpose. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. You welcome. I'm gonna put timestamps too. I am gonna put timestamps. I am gonna go through and put timestamps because I'm gonna listen to this again. Okay, so y'all can be able to come back to it as well. So don't forget to cleanse y'all tools and y'all's energy, and you know, check with your dazzle rods and like work with them and know that these are babies. And thank you so much, baby. Thank you so much for dowsing with me. Okay, and working with me. Okay, the love is felt. All right, back to center. All right, so I'll talk to you guys later. Let me put those up there, and I'm gonna put my stones on them. So this is how I put my stones on my dazzle rods. Okay, so I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.